Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Lodge at Endsmeet. Though we're not quite back at Endsmeet yet. Before we start the session, let's go ahead and give a player an opportunity to earn a point of inspiration. Any volunteers?
Hello, yes, I volunteer.
Emily,
As
go ahead
tribute.
and take it away.
I mean, not as tribute, actually, indeed.
As
That
Um,
tribute.
is a concern now, apparently.
apparently. Okay.
No, his
Session
name's Triumph, not Tribute.
excellent joke, Frog.
What are
Um,
we doing to triumph?
mm,
Don't ask me.
I have ideas.
Me too.
so, session 48. We began with kind of like we had an off screen at the end of the previous session where we had fought those Remorazes and Velen had sort of been like, "Hey, money for Remoraz parts would be good." So Artie like harvested the hide and the magma glands from the Remorazes. So we remember that we have those and we need to sell them. Um, and had a little giggle time with Tess after he figured out that she was drunk, having nicked some of Seeker's liquor. Um, Call asked during her watch, asked Claudia, or I guess the next day? Yeah, the next day, asked Claudia, like, so what the fuck happened in Shadowstead? And so we went through the whole thing. There was a temple that used to be of Ana that was now theoretically of Lokir. Um, and Dawes tasked Velen to destroy the temple. We met a revenant under the catacombs and learned that he had broken, the Dougals had kind of broken their blood tie with, with Malachor essentially. Um, and it was weird because the revenant was like made at a time during the silence, so that like shouldn't exist. Which is a thing that kind of piqued Call's interest because Call has been like specifically sent. She's like following us around to sort of figure out what is the weird disturbance. Um, that because there is apparently she talked about how there was some strange alien magic that where magic is like existing kind of where it shouldn't, in behaving in ways that it shouldn't. And so this seems like a good thing to investigate. Um, and we also talked about how things got out of hand, blow up dolls were thrown, and they were effective. Artie kind of talked about how he's sort of thought about it, and he feels like he wasn't as compelled as he was before, but more convinced by whatever the voice was in his head. And as he talked about that, Triumph spoke up and suggested that perhaps it wasn't Lokir at all, because like evil gods in particular have a hard time, like gods just want followers, and why would this god, like what would this god get out of blowing up their own followers essentially. Which was an interesting thing that I had not thought about before. Triumph suspect that Lokir wasn't really involved at all, but perhaps there was some other god with a kind of like flick of the eyes toward Seeker, that like Saren might actually have been a better fit there if like Saren was the one in his head. Um, so that was an interesting thing, and that was an interesting thing to kind of like think about. Triumph also suggested that we oh I guess yeah, he suggested that we were it might have been Saren instead. And so we kind of like all chewed on that. um, let's see. Sorry, I lost my place in my notes. Next day, so we're on the road. That was like kind of like while the conversation while we were breaking camp. And the next day on the road, Tess started to hear what she thought was whispers in some other language she couldn't understand, and then swore to everybody that there was a dragon, like an ethereal pink and purple dragon that was like flying around, and everyone was like, "Okay, Tess."
Okay.
And Tess, to try to like prove this to everyone, used a spending spell to like cast sending to that dragon, and the dragon was like, I didn't write it all down, but dragon was like, "I am Koldrak the Eternal, and you are a pissant, lol." Essentially, she was like, "See, there's a dragon there. It called me a pissant."
And everyone was
um,
like, okay.
Meanwhile, Velen hopped up on Tess's horse to like steer and make sure that she could like drive. Um, Tess pretended that everything was fine and that she was just hallucinating. Um, but like this has piqued Artie's interest, and there was also a moment where Seeker kind of like tried to get her to approach so he could lesser restore her, but she like didn't do that, and like there was a moment where he insight checked her and she didn't really seem to trust him. While he was doing that, Artie nicked his liquor and took a couple of fat swigs and got immediately drunk. Seeker was mad
For
about it.
science.
For
For
science, yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, we also talked about how like he was trying to get a hold of the bottle to read the back of the bottle, and then instead of doing that, he instead drank, which is a very arty thing to do.
It
Um,
fucking is.
Seeker was mad at him and immediately like held him upside down and shook him to make him throw up the liquor. And while it was wearing off of him, he noticed that the sky was like a different color, so he was sort of like, I think we can see into another plane. Um, and then Seeker cured him, and he and already identified that plane as the plane of Arcadia, the plane of magic, and also dragons. So we've sort of solved this mystery. Whereupon Seeker immediately took a big swig of his own and failed the blush. Immediately became hungry, and got drunk. And
Oh
he and
no! He succeeded the blush. He
oh,
failed the alcohol save.
he failed the alcohol
There
save.
would
Okay,
it would
that's
have been a very different result if he failed the blush.
good
He
to
would have
know.
been like, "Bleh."
Good to know.
Alcohol
I
makes me hungry
appreciate.
too.
Yeah, I appreciate.
Yeah,
So essentially,
totally
but I think
normal.
so. I think then the idea was that the rules are if you eat human food, you're more likely to want to like
Yes.
you're more likely to need blood faster. Okay, cool. As thank you as I learned these mechanics. Um, so
Oh, it's drastic when it
he
fails.
started he started to become hungry, but he was drunk. He like sang a song in Giant and Artie sang a song in Goblin. Velen was basically driving the horse, and at Tess's request, told a story, which essentially boiled down to once upon a time there was a girl that like followed a path toward a mysterious treasure, and there was a golden bird that warned her, kind of not to follow the path because it was full of hazard. The girl didn't listen, fell into a dark pit, and like there was indeed a hazard, and there was, as far as she could tell, no treasure, but she met a pixie and they traded songs and light, and eventually she found her way out of the pit and learned that sometimes warnings are true, and sometimes mysteries are traps. But she could find her way out again, and Tess liked this character because she called her a trickster, and Velen was like, I don't think she's a trickster, I think she's just someone that's been pooled and knows the taste of it. um, so we encountered we kind of, the next thing that we kind of came up on the road was this mercenary that Tess recognized as the bounty hunter with the wyvern that she had encountered when they were in the plunge camp. He has apparently been following us since we left Malachor. Call laughs because like we're not, he was like, you're not stealthy, and Call was like, you're damn fucking right. um, and he basically warned us that we were heading into a monster's den, the kind that kind of like twists people to make them not be people anymore. And he basically told us that when he went to Shadowstead to kind of investigate investigate the bounty and try to like
Why
find
these
more
chuckle
about
fucks were
it,
wanted for so much?
why these types of stuff are wanted for so much. Um, he found, like, he didn't exactly tell us what he found, but like basically there were no humans left except for perhaps one of the Dougals that he encountered that seemed to be striding around like he owned the place, but he was the only one that seemed like he was fully human. So he was basically like, as far as I know, I'm the only bounty hunter that's made it out of this place. Um, there's really, and I don't think there are really people left to destroy there, and advised us to approach carefully. And we were like, wow, a decent bounty hunter. That's nice. His name, he said at the end, was Alexander Keel. This is right before he like got back up on his wyvern and left. Um, Velen also told Triumph at that point about the Bodak the ritual that we encountered in that like undercrypt, and he was like, "That's weird because a Bodak is a creature that is created by a divine, and like only one divine ever has like successfully created that, and that's Aktesh, the Tyrant Queen of the Dead." um, which is interesting. So it's like possible maybe that like it wasn't Lokir at all, and maybe it was Aktesh the whole time? Question mark. The creation of the Bodak under the temple, like for somebody else, under a temple for somebody else, is already pretty bizarre. Like if it was actually Lokir or if it was a Na, like whoever it was. And so we're like, what the fuck does Aktesh have something to do with this? Um, Something, so essentially like Triumph's conclusion was that something was twisting magic that isn't divine kind of like toward to behave as if it is divine, and maybe that magic comes from other planes, and so that's maybe where Call is involved in this. um, it's also possible that because we found that like little tuning fork that was tuned to the astral plane, and the astral plane is kind of like the gateway to all of the other planes, that like it's possible that this ritual was trying to like bend magic or do something on a particular plane, but like who knows what plane it could have been because we don't because the astral is the gateway to all these other places, so we don't necessarily know anything about that. The other thing that Triumph thought was weird was that a bone claw is what happens when a mage fails to become a lich, and there's no reason that a bodak would have become that, so like that's weird. Call is convinced it has something to do with alien magic coming from another plane. We also, poor Triumph, he was doing so much this last session. We also asked Triumph about the Anthilar that we had found kind of at the beginning of this arc. And he told us that an Anthilar is a counter component to a Mythalar, which a Mythalar is basically like a magical thing. It's a gift from Magos that is a magical thing that can basically keep concentration on a spell indefinitely. And there's only 3 of them. One of them is like what holds up Undertow. And an Anthilar is the opposite. It eats magic. And Triumph was very happy to find that the one that we have is broken. He said, "quote unquote," spent. It would make a very suitable cereal bowl. So basically, it's not active anymore. It can't hurt anybody. But it is a thing. He also like said that Anthilars behave differently depending on what magic they drink. This also puts into context when we saw it, that really terrifying fight that we had way long ago before we left Endsmeet, where we kept casting spells and the spells would like be absorbed into the thing. So it seems like this is contextualizing that fight for us. Already asked Triumph to basically ask Magos to figure out what was happening here. Artie was sort of like, pushing questions about like, wow, the stuff, the destruction that you could have with this if we reconstituted it. And Triumph was like, I am not going to ask my god about a weapon of mass destruction. Thank you very much. However, I will ask him what someone might want with an Anthilar. I don't think it was ever really decided like exactly what kind of questions that Triumph would ask. But he was like basically planning to cast Commune the next day. When we stopped at camp, Seeker pulled Claudia aside and fed on her, which was pleasurable,
Awkward.
awkward, pleasurable insofar as it kind of has to be for a vampire, but also uncomfortable for everyone involved. And like it was pretty clear that Claudia didn't like it. Reverie also approached him afterwards to sort of be like, you're doing the right thing by asking for permission. Um, During watches, the first thing that happened was that Psycho Phantom came to visit. We rolled Psycho Phantom again.
Right.
Claudia very pointedly did not buy anything and did not have a good time. Artie, of course, had a great time and is like all about Psycho Phantom. He immediately gave him a holy handwritten that Psycho Phantom ate, which like re-listening to that was like, this dude is so weird and is like a mad god, and this is
I
very weird.
love him.
He's great. Yeah, he's an incredible character, but I'm also just like so terrified of him. um, Tess inspected but did not buy a teapot of tea time, which whistles annoyingly until you drink from it. And in order to demonstrate this, he pulled out a pocket watch, which seemed to like influence time and like make the sun come up, which Call was like furious about. And it was a very weird thing that happened. Of course, he wouldn't let her near the pocket watch and everything. Tess got a ring of harlot detection. Velen made a funny cartoon of him and got an amulet of rain detection in return. Artie tried to get Psycho Phantom to help him remake an Anthilar, and Psycho Phantom politely declines. Artie got a Ring of Doom that's like a Roger Rabbit device where you like can reveal an enemy by making them knock, shave, and a haircut. Seeker got a Halberd of Stealth, which will actually work for him, which is like a heavy weapon that allows you to move silently, so that's actually going to be fine for him. Velen got a shield of bullet attraction that is very bedazzled and sparkly, and turned herself into a disco ball, which was phenomenal. And Artie gave Call his ring of warning, and also kind of like helped her, kind of almost against her will, get a figurine of cat summoning that will summon 1d6 normal house cats, which I love and is my favorite item.
I
It
can't
will
wait
come in handy.
for the
I
perfect
can't
time.
Do
wait
they
for the
immediately
first-
appear, or does it like
They
6 house
immediately
cats
appear.
somewhere just like start
They
their way to Call?
We're gonna have
They-
to find out.
We'll have to find out, but I feel like I think what Echo said was that they immediately appear, and they just behave like normal house cats. um, Triumph said that he would spread the word about Psycho Phantom to sort of like calm Artie down for not getting anything from him, and had a little conversation with Call about how like that can't possibly have been like real time control. Because everything else about him was parlor tricks, and Call was like, no, 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 that was real, and he was messing with time, and I didn't like it. Velen and Tess also the next watch. Velen and Tess had a deep convo. Velen basically called Tess out on her drinking, and asked why Tess kind of like is, as a person that can kind of be whoever she wants, keeps running away from herself. Tess says that she doesn't have a strong sense of self and calls herself weak, which Velen disagrees with, and says that she's like, I think you think that you're weak and you're putting yourself down, and the alcohol helps you make yourself small, and that's why you're doing that. Velen, meanwhile, is sort of the opposite. She has a really strong sense of self, and Tess remarked that she could dominate the stage of life if she chose to, but it's interesting that she didn't. Felon, they kind of talked a little bit about the group in general, and Velen called it a fucked up little family, which is great because she's never really familyed right. Um, Velen thanks Tess for taking care of her, and helping her out with like the money thing, but she doesn't want Tess to get the wrong idea, and was not really clear about what the wrong idea about what.
She sure
Um,
wasn't.
yeah, but she's like, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I'm really good at making connections. I'm not very good at trusting people. And Tess was like, yeah, man, me too. um, they talked a little bit about like if they had wondered about like if they had ever kind of thought about like leaving the group. And Velen said that like she didn't really think about running away until after she'd gotten close, but then after they lost Jericho, like she had just started to feel like she could maybe be someone's sister again, and she was starting to stick around. Tess, meanwhile, had basically been thinking has been thinking about running away this whole time, but hasn't done it basically because she couldn't do that to Artie. Um, Tess and Velen disagree over the nature of whether or not Velen is blackmailing her brother, because, as Tess says, like blackmailers traditionally don't pay their targets back. And Tess says it's important to her that Velen doesn't get hurt, and Velen says that it's important to her that Tess figures out who Tessellation is as a person. On the next watch, Seeker and Katja had a really interesting conversation about Katja's relationship with Reverie, where Katja kind of like first says like, "Oh, we used to fuck and we don't anymore," but then Seeker clarified like, "No, I'm more interested in your relationship as a ghoul." And so Katja was sort of like she met Reverie at a bar and didn't realize that like Reverie had basically slipped her some blood, and it was kind of like the effect of like a charm person spell. And so that like definitely damaged their relationship up front, but then Reverie sort of has proved herself and has been really loyal. And they have this weird relationship where like clearly Reverie like was in love with her and professed her love, but Katja is like traumatized in such a way that love isn't really on the table, and so that's kind of how Rev got her heart broken. And it seems like they're clearly still friends. They travel around and like they're loyal to each other, but like Katja can't actually like get that close. Um, and so she tells Seeker that like it's really good when you have a ghoul bond like that. The blood tastes really good to drink on both counts. The high is really good, but the vampire has to be worried about kind of compelling the other person, because that is sort of how that works. And so Seeker remarks that that's a little bit more than he bargained for. And Katja was like, yeah, if you want to do that, if you want to retain your humanity as a vampire, you really have to like steer clear of making other people's choices for them. After which point, Seeker ties his liquor to himself, so no more people will steal his liquor, and then Katja makes fun of him for the bad knot that he made, and ties it to him instead, and got like a 26 on her knot tying check, so like good luck getting it off of you,
And she
Seeker.
talked about his baby hands or something. It was great.
No, she said, I'm Katja the ironclad, not Katja the baby clad. It was very funny. On her watch, Claudia had a conversation. This is the last thing that we did. Was Claudia had a conversation with Tallow, and learned that she really only had one day left on the like last sacrifice that they got for Tallow, and like Tallow kind of reminded her like, hey, you're not setting me up for these. Like I promised I wouldn't eat any of your party, but like you're not setting me up to eat any of the people that you're fighting. Um, and also sort of like had this little moment of wanting to like be like, look, we don't have to be as antagonistic about this. Like I would rather this be a partnership instead of a rivalry, and like I've kept my end of every bargain, like it's time that you keep yours, essentially. And I think after that we hit the long rest button, and we are about to go into Shadowstead. I think we're pretty close to Shadowstead at
I
this
have no
point.
idea how close we
I
are.
can't remember how far we are away, but I imagine
You
we're
have a
basically
week of travel left before you get to
we have a week
Shadowstead.
of travel
We're
left. Okay,
pretty
so
close to Shadowstead.
we are
We're
pretty close
halfway
to
there.
Shadowstead.
Yeah,
Dude,
we're halfway there.
we're halfway there.
Whoa.
Squidward on a chair. Okay,
No. Echo.
before
So,
anything else, well done, Emily. You've recapped basically everything.
hooray!
When you awaken, still at the campsite, Triumph looks to you all and he says, I have commune. So, what do you want me to ask?
How many questions do we got?
He, like, looks down at you. One moment, please.
Well, I mean, I got like. I know we should ask some questions, but I have one question I want to ask that's not really pertaining to this situation, but it could benefit us.
3. I get 3
Oh,
questions.
Shit. That's not a lot of questions.
What question are you talking about, Artie?
So I wanted to know if there was anywhere in the general region that we can like find like a banasite mine or just like a whole thing of it, so we can just mine it and we can get enough money to pay back your brother and make us cool stuff. But it's not really like if we had like 5 or 10 questions, maybe I would say yeah, but 3 is kind of slim pickings.
Hey, that's
You-
way the fuck out there.
You want me to reach out to Magos and ask him where the nearest banasite hole is?
I mean, like as a bonus question, maybe yeah.
No,
Not like the
I'm
main
not asking
reason.
that.
Okay. Do you know?
We need to know the source of this magic. If not the caster, then the fuel, the plane, the realm.
That's a good one.
What
Do you
else?
have any other questions prepared, Artie?
No, I kind of forgot I even asked him. Let me think about it real quick.
We leave on your time.
Doubt that there's any way to heal the people who've already been corrupted in Shadowstead, but we could ask.
What about breaking the thing between the Dougal brothers? The one that keeps the one a revenant and the other one alive?
A good question.
Is this a yes or no question, or can
It's
Magos actually answer?
typically it is yes or no.
Why, that makes it harder.
But if he is truly a revenant, he will know what needs to be done to release him.
Well, maybe that's the first question then. Is he truly a revenant made by divine magic?
It wouldn't have been possible.
It was before the fall.
Exactly. So we know it wasn't divine magic.
Yeah, I don't know
So
that.
maybe that's why
But it-
Magos would be able to know the answer, because it was
Arcane.
Wow. arcane.
Had to have been.
So, what is our main thing that we're trying to figure out here? Because we can ask probing questions to get where we want to go. Like, is this arcane or is this divine? Or is this of this plane or is this not? But then it's going to lead us to one final question. So we got to kind of process of elimination this, if that's what we're going for.
I have a question. What is the whole plan with Shadowstead? Like, obviously they were working up to something, and we kind of pushed it along when we...
Right now,
Blew up
there's a violation of an agreement for the Dougals. Me, Reverie, and Katja are here to solve that.
Yes, that was part of the reason we thought.
There's
sought you
also
out.
a bounty on your heads. I imagine you likely want that gone.
Well, yes, although it sounds, from what we just
Oh,
heard, it
badass.
sounds as though there's not anyone human left in the town to collect the damn bounty.
Minus the Dougals. The Dougal. The
I
bad
wonder
one.
The
if
bad
it's
one.
actually that Dougal's in charge or if there's somebody else pulling the strings.
That's what I mean. What is the ultimate goal with Shadowstead? Like, why the people and the monsters? Why the fake church? Why the alien magic? What is all of this leading up to?
Perhaps you could have investigated before you blew up the church.
I thought so too.
It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, you know. We did it.
Seeker was drunk at the time.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
not
Seeker.
surprised by any of this.
Me neither.
There
We were
were-
trying to plan a birthday party.
There were many mistakes.
A what?
Yeah,
We were
It's
trying to
not
throw a
too
party.
Artie's party. It
Party's
didn't
party.
happen. I don't
Do you
have a
want a
birthday.
flyer?
Yes. What is a birthday party?
I hand
Ah.
her the poorly drawn, misspelled flyer for
Let's
Artie's
see.
birthday party. There's a picture of Artie on it too. He doesn't have a birthday, so we thought we'd give him one, and then an explosion happened and we had to leave.
Okay, so questions. Is this magic that made the Revenant arcane or divine? Is that a good first one?
Not if it has to be a yes or no question.
You'll get
I
a
mean-
yes if you ask if it's arcane or divine.
Because it's
Because
going to be one or the other.
It's
yes.
probably both.
Okay,
I
so
also
we
don't
can
think
ask
that's
if
like
it's
out of all
arcane.
the questions. I feel like there's better questions.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
it's
already
crossed
know it
the
isn't
limit.
divine because the gods were not present.
Yeah.
Well,
And we only have 3 questions. So here's a question.
Do not ask if you can have 3 more questions. It's one of the questions. The gods do not
No,
like
that
that.
I don't think that would go well. No. Um,
Let's backtrack real quick. So what we know is that he turned him into a revenant to hold the blood pact so he can hold power in this town for hundreds of years. We also know that they were doing a ritual down in the basement of the cellar, and they had the gate to the astral sea where there was somebody of Tysus protecting that information. They were trying to get information from Tysus, no?
From what
Am I?
you
What?
said about the ritual, it shouldn't have worked. It shouldn't have made any sense.
Mhm. We still have like the astral key, and I remember
how
that
about
that lady
Lane.
said that he was coming there. Lane was asking for. They came there asking questions and trying to
Yeah.
get in
is
a
the
hold of
power that
Tysus.
twisted these magics still present in Shadowstead?
I like that. That's good.
that's a good question.
Uh-huh.
Because we know that something twisted the magics, but we don't know what or where it is.
What about his the main Dougal, the mastermind?
John is his name, I think. It's on your poster, Artie.
Ah, let me see. 1 second. I gotta find it. I shuffled through my paper.
Isn't that what the
Could we
sheriff is
ask?
here to
Could we,
solve? That's their
w-
question.
could we ask if Dougal is the one that has twisted these magics, or if it was somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
Someone
Yeah.
above him.
Don't give 2 options or you will just get yes.
Well,
Eh,
yes, but
Right.
if we say is Dougal the one that twisted these magics, yes or
There you
no,
are.
that
Yep.
gives us
That's a
sense.
good question. So we know how powerful he is or
Lord
isn't.
Sean Dougal of Shadowstead. Yeah.
That's the one. Because if we
I
say
like
Dougal, Magos might be like, well, there's 2.
Yeah,
That question is contingent on the
I
answer
let's
to the
hear it.
first question being yes.
Mhm.
yes.
There he is.
Oh yeah, I look good, and I show triumph. They got my good side.
It's striking.
Uh-huh.
That's 2 questions. What's the final?
You know what you should ask, and you might
No.
get in good graces. Okay. You should ask
What
him.
is it?
You should ask Magos how they've been lately,
It's not a
just to
yes
show
or
that.
no question.
I know, but it'll show your intent that you care about your god, and that you're not just all take, take, take. Maybe a little give.
Artie,
That's
Right,
not-
that's not how that works.
That's not how
Please,
that works.
please
Not even
trust
close.
my
I
relationship
flattered a
with
god before.
Magos.
Artie,
I got a hickey from it, and I
I'm sorry,
showed
I
my
was
little moon
reading
tattoo.
this flyer. Is one of the questions about the source of the strange magic?
Yeah.
It should
Yes.
be, but how do we phrase that into a yes or no question? Because we
I-
could be like, is it from the Shadowfell? But then if he says no, then there's a bajillion other
There's a
Yeah.
bajillion
claims.
others, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't necessarily need to know where the magic's coming from. We need to
I
know
feel
who's
like we
behind it.
do.
We
Well,
could ask
I mean,
about
You could ask him if it's a plane
the
we know of.
fiend.
is the source of
God,
the
you
magic
guys.
accessible
Am I
on this
thinking
plane?
of a different game? Oh God. Okay, hang on.
God
Uh-oh.
help us. I'm a
Um,
meatball in real life. I don't have a 20 intelligence.
the could we ask about?
Yes, it is. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You got it?
No, but I found something. The
Help.
outsider was thought once to be a devil who parted ways with the hells and went to the Feywild. They were one of the only creatures that are able to like change the nature of souls and manipulate them.
That's pretty fucked up.
Do you think
Is the outsider involved?
But it also says the outsider doesn't meddle, but
Yeah.
they appear
Okay.
in times of great strife or golden age to trade things. Okay, it's probably not the outsider.
No, probably not.
I think could we ask whether the source of this strange magic is stoppable on this plane or is accessible through this plane?
Do we have the means to stop it?
Yeah. Do we have the means to stop it?
I mean, if I
Does
make
this
this
group have the
Antler,
means
we
to
can.
stop it?
The antler is broken, Artie.
If I fix it.
I don't think we need the antler for this. I think we
I
need
know.
Okay,
salt.
my visions.
I need you to understand, if you repair that Anthalar, we are leaving.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it right now. I'm just, maybe... I was told it was important, so I'm trying to figure out why it's important.
Where is the
Important doesn't
Antler
mean
right now?
immediate. It's
I
probably in
have it.
Artie's pocket.
It's in the
in my
bag
bag.
of holding. It's in the bag of
Barry's
holding.
playing with it right now.
Bing, bing, bing.
That,
Triumph.
one moment, the repair and completion of an Anthalar that I know of is absolutely something I have to bring to the attention to Lord Achitari.
I am not gonna do it, okay?
Inside
You
check.
guys have been good to us, so... I wink at Claudia.
Oh
No.
Sweden.
Triumph
I
just...
rolled terrible.
Bob.
I could put him to sleep. I know an arm hold.
I might
Is
need
it
you
permanent?
No.
Okay.
So,
Forever.
out of character,
We
these
got
are the
two
questions.
I had
okay.
okay, yeah. I had one thing to input that I remembered from my
I
notes.
want to hear it.
Please.
Guys, Call had the visions of the alien magic bending not time but space around the area that shouldn't work. So it's from something that can manipulate space.
So it's
Does that sound? I was
partially
going to
of a
ask
different
Triumph
dimension.
since he knows so much. I'd be like, does that sound like anything to you?
Is Shadowstead on a different plane that is not the prime material? Is maybe the question asked there.
That's
Okay, so now we have 4 questions.
All right. Well, answer
Uh,
Tall's question
Triumph
first.
would say magic by nature, when it gets above a certain amount of energy, alters space. Mechanically, once a spell is above 7th level, it changes space by nature.
Hmm.
Doesn't things around it just get weird?
It can. That's why spells like Wish can
So
endanger the universe.
So it
Well, I
is
think-
advanced magic, I've sensed,
Advanced
but
magic.
not
I think-
necessarily space focused.
Correct.
I think maybe in that case, it could be we could have that question as like a backup question in case Dougal is not, in case the answer to the first question is no.
In that case, these questions are fine. I was just giving input. Don't let me influence you too much.
So the last question, the contingent one, is Shadowstead on the prime material?
Does
Yeah.
that seem okay to everybody?
I think it's a valid question.
I think the other thing is to question to Echo is Sean. We're specific about which Dougal we're talking about.
Yeah, Sean is the one who put the
Is Sean
bounty
Dougal
on
the one
us.
that twisted these magics?
And does anyone remember the OG Dougal, the one who sent us on this in the first place? The one in
it's
the
in my
crypt?
notes somewhere.
I feel like this is an E.
Give me a second.
Dougal.
Oh, rats! I have spelled their names in different ways and cannot simply.
Uh-oh.
Echo history.
Oh no.
You can roll a history check.
I'm not going to succeed, but maybe someone smarter than me should.
I got a 15
Off Artie?
because I don't
So I got a
pay
6.
attention.
Oh my god.
I got a 15. That's not horrible.
With a 15, Artie, you remember his name is Toric Dougal.
Toric. Wow, I was
Yeah,
off
Toric.
completely. Toric and Sean.
Tourac.
Rat. Okay, these questions are fine with me. I mean,
Are we going with 3 or 4?
You don't
well,
get
so we have
4.
to do the 3, but we might need to change one of them to the 4th if, like, we're gonna feel it out as it happens.
This magic still in Shadowstead. Whoa.
If the answer to the first question is no, I need to ask if Shadowstead is still on the prime material.
Uh-huh.
Simple enough.
Cool.
And Triumph sits down in the soil, opens his book on his lap, and he begins setting candles in a very specific radius around himself. If anybody wishes to interrupt me within the next minute, it had better be important.
I walk away.
Yeah,
Can't
Paul
resist
kind
the
of moves
temptation.
in between Artie. She's
I'm
ready.
gonna go for like a walk. I don't want to fuck up. You know, there's a chance.
Do you want to
Uh,
go for a walk?
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
They go skipping off.
We can patrol.
Yeah. And I just talk about my poster with her. You see how fucking badass I look?
Yeah. I like the likeness on the flyer.
Right, and I'm just holding it up next to my face.
Who drew this one?
I don't know, but I don't like that they called me a tinkerer. I'm more of a inventor. I
No,
would
the
have
birthday
preferred.
party flyer. Who drew
Oh.
this?
Oh, Claudia.
Oh.
Which one do you like better? I won't tell her.
The one Claudia drew.
Huh. You're a nice person.
No.
Oh,
No.
I thought it looked better in this one.
Well, technically, I think it is a more accurate likeness. Yes.
But in this one, I am happier and I didn't blow anybody up, so I feel you.
In the flyer for the party. I need to draw a picture of the flyer.
You do.
All right, we're
You
good,
absolutely
Echo.
I'll draw it with my left hand.
Suddenly, as you guys are having this conversation, Triumph's eyes open wide and they are glowing with a bright, almost electric violet light. His mouth is open and he's speaking, but no words are coming out. In the middle of this ritual, as he does, glowing violet light dances across the ground around him as if energy is just shooting off of him in all directions. It's brief, but the entire time all of you smell ozone, the rich, powerful smell of electricity. It doesn't take long when finally Triumph closes his eyes and he shuts the book. The power that twisted Shadowstead is still there. Dougal's not the one who twisted the magic, but he brought it there. And this group is strong enough to destroy the Corruptor.
Okay.
That's reassuring.
It's a good vote of confidence, yeah.
Magos thinks so.
Tess kind of like closes her hand around her unholy symbol and she says Magos isn't the only one.
Are any of you capable of greater restoration?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Not yet.
I can once.
Do you have the diamonds for it?
No,
What are we gonna need that for?
Why would we need it?
I don't know.
Probably to
Magos
clarify.
say that?
He made me feel as if bringing it is a good idea.
If the place is that corrupted, it's going to need some powerful restoring.
I can
don't
cast it
have this-
once.
I don't have the spell echo, but would I, as a cleric, understand how expensive this?
Roll a religion check. Though DC's very low because it's a spell on your list.
I rolled very low, 10.
The DC's 10. You know Greater Restoration requires 100 gold worth of diamond dust, diamonds, or 125 gold worth of banasite. It is very powerful magic that basically restores someone to what they were by nature without altering their race or regenerating any limbs. It's almost a divine purifier.
Well, assuming that none of us need revivifying, we do have 3 diamonds that are revivify quality. And Artie, I know you have some banasite on you. It wouldn't be...
I can take what I need from one of those diamonds and you'll still have left over.
All right.
If you're willing to part with one.
If this is what it'll take to purify this place, I think it's a great use of a diamond.
Well,
But only after the fight, I think.
hold on to it to see if we even need it. I will just make sure, and every morning after this one, I will prepare greater restoration. Reverie says, well, that was riveting and always exciting to watch, Triumph, but can we maybe get a move on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Claudia gets the horses ready.
Okay. With maybe a little bit of urging from Reverie, the party gets back on the move through the Strife March. As you do, I need a d6.
Anyone?
Not me.
I'll do it.
I got
Yeah.
it.
3.
Damn it. You beat me. It was 3.
But we agree.
Perfect.
The only thing that Tess and Claudia agree on right now.
Right now. Yep.
Okay, the next 3 days of travel. I need a d100.
Well, now
I
I'm gonna
do it. I do it.
I
do it.
beat you. 21. Best number.
What is going on with the conflicting
What was the name
music
of the
here?
girl at the? What was
Heidi.
Heidi's tavern name?
The halfway in.
Halfway in.
Okay.
As you all are making your way along the road, along the Strife March, suddenly, emerging out of the woods, well, not out of the woods, coming around the corner of the road ahead of you, you see is what looks in appearance to be a hunter. This hunter has a bow in his hands, and the bow itself is clearly broken. A scabbard is on his belt, but there is no blade within it, and he looks frustrated and pissed off. And he's kind of like stomping as he makes his way past you. He doesn't look like he has any intention to stop.
Don't stop him.
You don't have to. I'm just saying, if anyone is curious about this fellow, this is what you've rolled.
He can hold on to his weapons.
Thanks of Gideon.
There was a part of me that was like, what if Claudia gives him Dilo's garden?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
But I
What?
decided
No!
not to.
Wait, Gideon's bow? Jesus
Here's
Christ.
a god bow. I hope this works better for you.
That would be
Gideon's like,
Bizarre.
what the fuck?
I
You did
did
what
it.
with my bow?
Oh my god.
You're grounded.
Oh, Dad.
I love that.
You
Look
wanted
at
it to
it.
be drawn like a child? Here I am.
That's amazing, dude.
Did you make
Wow.
that just now?
Yeah.
That's what
Sorry if I
yeah.
wasn't paying attention.
I love that the E is backwards. You nailed
You
it.
love
said
that
the
he
E
has-
backwards.
A wrench. It's great. And balloons.
I love it.
Mhm.
amazing.
So which one's more accurate? This one or this one?
I like his mustache here.
Oh my
So
gosh.
this is
Sorry,
this is
so
Sorry
this
for the
guy's just,
distraction,
Like,
yeah.
stomping past us with a broken bow.
He doesn't like. How close does he get to us?
Yeah, I guess that's the.
I mean,
question,
he's
like,
passing
how
you
far
on the road. He's like going, so really he gets like 10
The
feet
width
away.
of the road.
Yeah. He gives you a wide berth because you have horses. But
You
he's
all right
like,
there, stranger?
bad day.
Do you need a hand?
He like looks down at his broken bow, and then he looks up at you all. So you've like stopped the cart, I'm
Yeah,
assuming,
stop.
as Velen started talking.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna stop the cart every time Velen talks, I don't know if that's a good.
Only if you're talking to
So
Spike.
the horse moves at a pretty good clip.
Yeah. Okay.
So
we
it would be
probably
like
are
you'd be
stopping the
like,
cart.
"You okay?" Like it's not.
Yeah, okay. No, I get it. So I guess we're stopping the cart. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I ruined everything.
The hunter looks up at you. Maybe. You all look like competent adventurers. Are you heading into the woods off the road? Up ahead there?
Are we? I don't think so.
I jump down off the cart. Can I see the bow?
He holds out the bow to you.
Okay, give me a minute. I'm just gonna start casting mending on it.
Okay. Mending takes a minute to cast, but he sees what you're doing, and he's like, that's kind of you.
Is there some hazard off the road up ahead?
I'm out here trying to bag the bounty on a manticore, and, I got robbed.
Robbed.
Yep. Took my knife, my arrows, my gold, and stomped my bow.
Rude.
Yes? Looked like goblins,
Oh shit!
based on the tracks.
We've encountered
Sounds
some
about right.
He looks at all of you and he said, have you seen any goblins about?
We
No.
did coming in, but
That
that
was
was that was
few weeks
weeks and
ago.
weeks ago.
Alright, the ones we killed?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, these
Remember, I
weren't
gotta-
dead, I don't think.
Yeah. If they're going to be menacing travelers on the road while we're traveling on the road, that seems like.
How much gold did they take from you?
About 70.
Oh shit!
Hey,
That's a come up for them. If I know goblins, they're gonna be finding the closest place to get some fucking booze.
it's likely Shadowstead then.
Good luck
I think
to
the
them.
problem will solve itself then.
Why?
Right,
We've
no
heard ill
reason.
news out
Don't
of-
worry about it.
We've heard ill news out of Shadowstead. I don't know what's happening there, but I don't think that it's a good place to shop at the moment.
What sort of ill news? That's where
Right,
the
is it-
bounty's out of.
Magical
Oh.
corruption. I don't think your bounty is going to be collecting.
He, like, looks down at, like, all of his missing gear, and then at you fixing his bow, and he says, okay. Huh. Is that where... You're heading that way, you're on the road that direction. Are you moving past it?
Hoping to fix
Oh.
it.
He, like, looks at all of you.
You said your bounty was for a manticore?
Hey, a manticore was tearing up the woods out here.
wonder
I
if-
collected it in Malachor, but it was to be cashed in Shadowstead.
Did you see one?
A manticore? No. I'd just gotten out into the area where it might be, and I was going to track it the next morning. Lo and behold,
Bandits.
I wonder.
Lows.
I wonder.
what?
There's a lot
Don't
of
go-
uses for parts of a manicore.
There are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Don't
there
go
are.
to Shadowstead.
I'm not. I can't.
I wonder if perhaps someone is setting bounties to be collected in Shadowstead because they're trying to lure people to Shadowstead.
Now, that's a conversation we could have later. And as I'm fixing his bow, I'm gonna go in my bag. I'm gonna make him a little bundle pack. It's gonna have a
Aw.
small knife. So take that out of my inventory. One out of my 2 bear traps.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take a days or two's worth of rations.
Oh, you don't have to do all this.
I have a fuck ton of crossbows and arrows.
Why?
crossbow bolts and arrows. I don't because I was bundling
Puts
them
it
up.
in
And
the
they,
time we murder people,
when,
he takes their stuff and puts it in the bag of holding.
that and when I
Yes.
first started playing in Endsmeet, I was using catapult a lot, so I was like tying up bundles of crossbow bolts
Right.
and arrows. And
Okay.
so I'm gonna give
Ah.
them like 2 dozen arrows because I have 40. And then yeah, so the small knife, bear trap, 2 dozen arrows, bows fixed, and a day's worth of ration.
And an orange
Well, this will
cat.
set me for the whole road back. I don't have to forage.
Mhm.
Thank you. I'm
Yes.
gonna... I'll spread word around the trappers not to send anything to Shadowstead.
Mhm.
I think that's a good
At least
idea.
for a little while.
All we ask is to pay it forward. If you see somebody in need and they're not going to kill you, help them out. Because the last person we saw on the road helped us out.
I will have to thank them if I find them.
Who did you see on the
The
road?
bounty owner. He gave
Oh
us an-
yeah, yeah.
He did help us out.
Cauldron sees all this, and she's gonna like hop. She's probably not in the wagon. She's been trotting.
Cantering next to the wagon.
And she will go towards this man and throw 70 gold at his feet.
Okay,
She's
as
trying to
you
be included.
as you throw 70 gold at his feet, his eyes go completely pale, and he slumps onto the ground.
Oh no!
Oh, what the fuck did you do?
Hello. Oh, is he okay? Claudia's gonna like, cause I'm assuming what's happening, but she's gonna go see if he's alive.
I
Oh,
didn't
what?
hit him with it.
Oh,
He's dead
that
as
was-
hell.
What? Carl!
Tallow, you piece of shit.
Carl!
Oh.
What happened? I didn't touch him.
How hard did you throw
I'm
that
gonna
shit? I
try
know you're
to, like,
strong, but
like she's
Jesus.
gonna Tess is gonna immediately try to medicine check. Like,
I am not strong, but I didn't hit him.
He fell flat on his back, basically. He's dead.
what happened?
I swear to God, I just gave him stuff. This wasn't a trick. I wasn't. What the fuck?
Oh,
I'm gonna rewind time.
I'm thinking about it.
Can you do that with this?
It was damage, right?
I'm thinking
No.
about.
I don't think so. I don't
It's
think
not
so.
I think he
damage.
stole his soul.
Yeah, I think this
That was a soul
transcends the
snatch.
boo boo.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing that's gonna happen, Claudia. Tess is gonna be reaching for a diamond. You could try
No.
to stop her before she casts her.
She would. Claudia would, like, put a hand out. That's not gonna help.
You hear in your mind, Claudia, it wouldn't help anyway. Well, it wouldn't matter.
I asked you to do that to people we're fighting.
Oh,
This one was gone. That
fuck
one was available. You don't know him. He's a stranger. That's fair ground.
Claudia will just look at Tess and the rest of the group and just say, I'm sorry.
Tess
Oh.
grinds her teeth.
What do you mean you're sorry?
Tallow,
What'd you do?
not Claudia, her patron.
Shit.
All right. Well, let's get him off the road.
Give me a minute.
The stuff I gave him.
Give me a minute, please. Velma's just gonna walk like 20 feet away.
Yeah, Tess is gonna go the opposite direction.
I'm gonna take my bear trap. I'll take my arrows.
Right. I pick him up and carry him off the road.
Anybody want a bow? It's good condition now.
Oh.
Already looks visibly sad.
Oh.
Uh,
Claudia's just gonna go hug peanut butter.
Christ, time?
I'll take the bow. Just
Yeah.
because he looks sad.
Yeah, I got some arrows for you. Do you want a bear trap too?
No, thank you.
Okay.
She's gonna pick up her gold. She's like, alright, well, I don't really need it, but you know.
Tess is gonna say, "We're stopping here for an hour.
What?
I'm going to do a ceremony rite so no one can make this man undead. I think it's the least we owe him."
We didn't do anything to him.
One of us did.
right. Well, technically,
I
no.
didn't
Exactly.
hit him with the gold.
You did.
We all did it.
Does she
We
does she
all
not
did
know
it.
about tallow?
We all did it.
Yeah.
We all knew this could happen.
Tess, it's kind of on all of us.
Okay, Call didn't know.
No, it's not on call. Tess, you can't be mad at her. We chose this.
We did this.
She's right.
Then the least we can do is give him a proper burial.
You're right, and we will.
Sure, I mean the soul's gone, so it doesn't really matter. But why not?
It matters to me.
I'll take out my little traveler any tool and I'll start digging. Little baby holes.
The smallest guy in the group
The smallest little baby
digging
holes.
the smallest holes.
It's gonna take a while if it's just me. Just saying. We might need the hour.
Yes, so
You
I will
got a
meditate.
shovel?
Claudia, does
Yeah.
Tallow know that man's name?
I could ask.
Please do.
Ask.
Tallow,
Yes.
can you ask that man's name, please?
Rupert Laughlin. If it helps.
Like Claudia will think back to him. I think that makes it worse, but she'll say his name back to Tessa and Bellin.
Thank you.
This is awful.
Tess will perform a funeral rite ceremony for the next hour, which I think for Tess, for Jamino, will include digging the grave, helping Artie to dig the grave.
That's
She's
good
got
because he's
that-
tiny.
Yeah, right. She's got that little.
Right.
She's got that little bag of seeds. She'll plant some of those around and kind of use druidcraft to sort of encourage them to grow. She doesn't really know anything about this person other than the fact that he was like a hunter and was in nature, and so that's sort of like she kind of uses that in their ritual, and sort of says a prayer to the effect of, Jamino, I know that I don't know this man and you can't find his soul, but we at least want to commend his body to the ground so that it too can be an agent of change and of growth.
Roll me a wisdom plus proficiency check.
So Call doesn't know anything about Tallow, huh?
Nope. He
No.
has no idea what's happening right now.
And
Natural
as we're digging, start explaining, or do you want to
Natural
RP
20, Tess!
That's funny.
As you finish the ceremony, you feel a warm hand caress your shoulder. You feel very much unalone. As that happens, you hear no soul is ever truly gone, or lost, or destroyed. They can only be harmed. One day, maybe long from now, Rupert will be found again. Thanks to you.
Thanks to you. In the meantime, he can be flowers.
There is another, like, it almost feels like a peck on your cheek. It's soft and sweet, and then it's gone as quickly as it began, as you, unfortunately, feel alone again.
And Jamino gives you a parting wet lily.
Tee-hee.
They would too. I mean, not in this context, but
unless anybody wanted to RP it, I can have like Artie just explain the whole Tallow situation very erratically.
I feel like
You're muted,
Tess-
Frog.
I
Yeah.
feel like Tess, for the sake of the kind of like the ceremony, would have asked him to not do that as we're digging the grave.
Okay.
But like after that is over,
We're getting back up on the horses.
yeah. Poor Kyle will just have to be in suspense in the meantime.
For an hour.
She just
I mean,
I mean,
meditates.
it's not the
Whatever.
it's not the only time that Call has watched us do something weird that she didn't
Honestly,
understand.
it's true.
Yeah. So afterwards, I will explain it erratically to Paul, enough to where she gets the drift, but is a little confused. She
sounds like Artie.
understands. Yeah, she understands the situation, but there was a couple things that were like, you ever seen the movie Memento, where it's just like the middle is at the beginning, the end is kind of in the middle, and
the beginning's at the end.
After hearing it
Personal.
all, after hearing you go over all this, Triumph would say, "Do you read books from beginning to end?"
I kind of just absorb it.
I bet.
I just open it, it's there, and I flick around, go back.
Hey, boss.
Yes, like time. I like it.
What do you do when the cost of ambition is too high?
You hear, find a way to make it cheaper. There's always a way.
I know there is. I've got to figure it out.
That's part of the knack.
I don't suppose you can give me a hint.
I mean, I could.
But you're not going to.
I mean, you can't just ask for it.
All right.
You have to work for it, as everything else.
I'm working.
Mm-hmm. And I'm very proud of you.
Velen lies flat on the base of the cart and goes,
Do you actually say that, Cauldron? Okay.
No, she's just meditating.
Oh boy.
Be there.
Just-
It's me.
It's
Cauldron.
me,
Okay,
Cauldron.
so you bury the body of Rupert Laughlin. You give him a ceremony, hallowing the grave and preventing his body from being turned into undead. Which his body very much could be turned into undead.
no, it was a very real concern. Velen was being salty about the soul being gone.
Yeah. After that happens,
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it seem like I was out of character diminishing Tessa's thing, because, no, undead are really an issue.
I assume you
Carry
are forgiven.
Shut up.
Your party gathers together once again. You can resume travel if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I need another
But
D6.
now with more unhappiness.
Yeah.
This is the first 3 days of travel.
Yes, that happened during the first 3 days of travel. I would say the second day, because at that point Tallow was hungry enough that he no longer was waiting.
Sure.
Poor guy rolled the 2.
No, buddy.
Okay.
How what?
There is at some point a conversation that Tess would like to have with Seeker, but it doesn't have to happen right now. We can wait for a watch.
Oh.
Okay. Well, conveniently at the end of the 3 days, we're about to have a watch. So
Incredible. Great.
You needed it.
I need a survival roll. I do need a D6, which will be the next set, but right now I need a survival roll.
Okay.
I'm okay at that. Artie's probably
Have
better. But that's
a
I got
plus
a
5.
about a +5. Yeah. I roll really good on survival though.
I'll
Go for
give
it.
you advantage.
Fuck yeah. I roll really good on survival always.
Woo.
I'm from the streets and the woods.
The streets in the woods.
With
The
a
woods and the
23,
In the woods.
with a 23, Artie,
The
you
shrubs.
find a location that you feel comfortable for a campsite. And your party begins to set up.
He's from Elm Street.
We're back to the
Idiot
scene.
who?
Well played. Well played.
Idiot who?
We're gonna need another camp watch order. We can kind of accelerate this, but if anybody wants to have a specific conversation during their watch, this is where you'd set it up.
Yeah. Tess is going to maneuver herself to be on a watch with Seeker.
I like the call in Artie watches.
Let's keep it.
Okay. All right. So Triumph, Rev, and Katja will take their watch together. We take a long rest. First watch, Cauldron and Artie. I need perception and a D100.
You want advantage?
I only have a +4, but sure.
Go for it. I'll roll 100. 73.
23.
23.
The same roll already
23.
did for survival. Good sign. Also Dooch's favorite number.
Do we just become best friends? Michael
I
Jordan.
Yes.
thought you guys were on the way to becoming best
We might be. Oh no, Tess is gonna stab me in the night.
friends.
Get murked.
It already
Yeah,
is
merc.
only hers.
Aren't we all mercs though?
Oh,
Cauldron and
boy.
Artie, during your watch, the two of you, you're being silent probably. I don't want to assume anything. However, near your campsite, which is off of the road, with that 23 on perception, you hear a twig snap. The sound of someone stepping on it.
Cauldron like leaps up and is going that way.
Cast invisibility on her.
Okay. You cast invisibility and you're running in that direction?
I mean, yeah, quietly, moving fast.
Okay,
Okay,
that doesn't
I
work. I need you to roll me a stealth if you're trying to be stealthy. If you're not being stealthy, you are invisible, but you're moving quickly. And there is no way to truly move quietly whilst moving quickly.
Which is
I rolled a
terrifying to think.
22.
Imagine just a non-stealthy, just full sprinting
Hero
invisible person.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's not good. With a 22 on stealth, Cauldron, you approach the direction. You see there is a group of 3 individuals that are in the trees near the campsite. They're maybe 50 feet away. They look like humanoids. They look like...
Goblin.
No, they're medium in size. They're wearing dark clothes. They look like they have cloaks that they've pulled up over their heads. They look
They're
like
watching
bandits. Yeah, they look like individuals who are not... They don't have the nicest of gear. You see one of them has a pouch in their hand, which you can roll a history check.
I'm still at the camp, but I'm gonna message her and be like, "Wow, let me know if you need me."
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oof.
For
They have
You're-
a bag.
This bag has some markings on it, but you don't know what it is. You've never seen that before. He looks like he's preparing to throw it, so something is going on here.
Just say boo.
And they're 50 feet away from the camp. How far am I away?
From them, you're like 10 feet away from them, but you're invisible and stealthy.
Fuck their shit up.
I kind of want to just run over and grab it from him.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to try to do.
Invisible grab.
Mhm.
Amazing.
Okay.
Snatch it out of his hand.
All right.
Snatch and run.
This...
I love everything about that.
Roll me a sleight of hand at advantage.
Okay.
Just gonna
Come on,
scare
dice.
the shit out of them, literally.
Oh, that's good. That's 21.
Nice.
Yeah.
nice.
He had no idea you were there. Suddenly, you snap the pouch up out of his hands. It is full of like a powder. It feels
A
pretty
flash bomb.
heavy. It is specifically not a flash bomb. You know what a flash bomb looks like. Don't listen to MetaPen. But as you pick it up, because you're invisible, it slowly begins to turn invisible as well. And as you've grabbed it, the individual is like, "Huh, where'd it go? What do you mean, where'd it go? You had it. Just throw it. I don't... What do you mean? It's not... It's all I had.
I throw it at them.
I didn't take it from you. Why are you fucking around? I'm not fucking around. It was in my hand. And now it's not. It's like you snapped it out. I didn't do anything of the sort. Shut the fuck up. He's like, you watch as one of them begins to like pat his pockets, and then he starts looking. Maybe I dropped it. And he's like down on his
Are
knees.
they in
She's
the
gonna
tree
goose it.
or
No, they're on the
spot?
ground. They're...
Oh, okay.
What's
Okay.
goosing?
He's
What?
down on the ground looking. She's going to grab his scrotum from the back.
Fuck.
Dude, hold on. His what?
I need to see. Is there
You
a
mean the
goose?
scruff?
Whatever. I don't know.
Nope.
It's bubble gum. She's going to
So you're grabbing his nuts. Okay.
Oh no.
Is that
I'm
what
going
a
to give
goose
this guy
is?
the scare of his life.
So are you intending this as an attack?
She's not trying to do damage.
You're
Scare
just grabbing
Just
his
a nice
nuts.
little boop.
It's like, look at, watch the GIF.
him. You're
This
all
is
a
what you want to
very
do.
You watch
bad
the gift.
influence on Cauldron.
All right, I'm watching the GIF.
Yeah, but not with her beak.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
Literally goose.
Just like,
It's like a surprise tap to the nuts.
Keep in mind, I did cast message to you, Call, so at any point you can respond. I did say earlier.
You probably just
What's going
hear
on?
like Gremlin laughing in her mind.
Pretty
Um,
much.
Please roll me an intimidation check at advantage.
Okay.
You can use your dexterity score for this intimidation
Oh, thank God.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
because you are
Not a-
literally nut tapping him.
Not
While
attacking
invisible.
is huge 'cause you won't break invisibility.
Yeah, it's not an
Roll.
attack, so that's perfect.
Roll dexterity at advantage. Boom.
Amazing.
Oh, that's
I've
a natural
never heard of
20.
it called goosing.
You goose the shit out of him. Okay.
Oh my God.
They immediately run
As
away.
he is, his face is down low to the ground. He's like, it's dark. He's trying to search for this pouch, and it's the perfect opportunity. You see that
Just cuff him.
the studded leather armor has like a skirt, and you can see his undergarments underneath it. You just reach in, and as soon as you do, he just, "Wah!" Wah! And he like falls over onto his face, and the other two are like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? What are you doing?" He's like, "Why did you do that?" And he's like bent over on his side, holding his gonads. I need you to roll me another stealth. As now the two next to him are very spooked, and he thinks they're fucking with him, and he's very angry.
Another natural one.
Well, does she get
I-
advantage because she's invisible?
She starts laughing. Oh, is it in? Well,
You
I
don't get
know.
advantage for being invisible, but you
okay.
are invisible.
So,
I have
so
3.
She probably starts
want-
laughing. It's the she can't.
Probably why it's a natural one. Yeah.
The instant you start laughing, the two on each side of him take the fuck off.
Yes.
As soon as they start running, the one on the ground's like, "What are you doing?" And he like freaks out because there's a disembodied voice laughing behind him, and he just got his nuts tapped. He is going to try and scramble and run away.
That's fantastic.
I'll let him
I
go.
love that.
Okay,
Amazing.
you watch as these bandits fucking make a break for it. They scatter.
you single-handedly neutralized the threat.
Really? Yeah, one hand.
You're,
One hand
you're
was
gonna get
used that
another
whole time.
message. Ow, what's going on? What happened?
I scared off some bandits. I'm coming back.
Nice.
And she comes back, and she has. Can you drop this spell? Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. What's
Oh,
this?
shit.
I took this from them. They were going to throw it at us,
Oh,
and she puts
let
the
me-
pouch down carefully in case it's like explosive.
Flick my little glasses on. Can I do an investigation on it?
Yes.
I get
What
through
language do you
because-
speak?
Is it written?
Yes.
I flick my glass. I speak Goblin.
New lens.
I flick my glasses down.
It's
and I
not
can
written
read
in
any
Goblin.
I can
Is
read
it
any language for an hour.
Celestial, Gith, or Infernal? Oh.
No, it's in Undercommon. It says
Shit.
on the side of the pouch, "Silence Bomb."
Ooh.
I
I'll keep
didn't
that,
need a
thank you.
37 to know what it was.
Yeah, you read the label.
Damn.
You get the impression that this pouch, when thrown, explodes and creates a silencing effect. You don't really know how big or for how
That's
long.
awesome.
Fuck yeah.
That
It's
could
like
be
a
really
si-
useful against a wizard.
it's
I
like
am
a
good at
silent spell.
throwing.
Yeah, here, take it.
That was fun.
Why,
Does
what'd
Call
you do?
say that?
How'd you scare him?
Well, he had the pouch, and I snatched it out of his hand. And when he was down looking for it,
Nice.
I poked him in his balls.
Oh, you goosed him? Nice.
Yes,
Oh shit, I haven't seen a good goosing in a while.
it was funny.
Nice. Well worth it.
Before she emerged, you definitely heard, like, people running far away. Like,
Oh, they're fucking gone.
yeah. So, that was your encounter.
A plus.
Nice.
I've
Well
never
done.
quickly
seen
handled.
bandits handled that way.
The first time for everything.
I guess so. We will move on to the next watch.
I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna make a little package, like just a little bag, and I'm going to. It's gonna have because we still haven't done this yet.
That guy's
We
balls in it.
have, yeah, it's that guy's balls. We have 1 amulet, 2 rings, and 2 wands from Tool and the Pawns.
Yep.
The amulet and the 2 wands are from Tool. The rings are from the Pawns. I'm gonna make a little package, like just like a sheet wrapped up. I'm gonna leave a little note on it with magical tinkering. Hi, Velen.
Hope all is well. Please identify these. Thank you. And good morning. Dot
Love
dot dot.
that.
Also, call Goose somebody.
And I'll just leave it next to her for when she wakes up.
Okay. As your watch comes to an end, Triumph, Reverie, and Katja take their watch. Let me roll for them. Triumph can see the fucking undead from here. Jesus Christ. He rolled a natural 20.
For a
For a total
32.
Hold on. I didn't even bother looking.
It's probably a 30.
It's a 38.
Jesus
my
fuck, I was
God.
wrong. He's got the
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
perception of
Oh.
my investigation.
Yeah. That's what he do. And then
Jesus.
I
He knows
gotta
everything
have-
about us, whether we like it or not.
Unfortunate.
he's a very specific job. Okay. One moment. Seeker and Tess. You are awoken by Triumph. You're up.
Does this get easier? Oh,
No,
fuck.
it gets harder.
Fuck.
He pats you like on the shoulder and says, I get it. Also, Seeker, how tall are you as a Goliath?
Like, what was the average height? I don't remember.
Like 7 to 8 feet, like 7'6" is the average height of a Goliath.
Yeah, he's 7'8".
Yeah, Triumph is short for a Goliath.
Oh, buddy.
He's like just under 7 feet tall.
He makes up for it with the big dick energy, though.
You'd
Call him tiny.
you'd expect him like he's like a runt for a Goliath.
We don't judge here.
I forgot to mention that detail forever ago.
Yep.
That's why he reads books.
Yep, that's a
Amazing.
short thing to do.
Wow.
Seeker
Only
and
short people.
I'm so tall I can't read anymore.
the books, they're too far. This joke was stupid.
Which is funny because Seeker is dumber now and doesn't like to read.
Yep.
And he's the taller Goliath, so it makes sense.
It does.
It all tracks.
Tracks.
Okay, Seeker and
Simplifies.
Tess. Before anything else, please roll me a perception check and D100, please.
I'll give you advantage on the perception.
Okey-doke.
I am not good at it.
I rolled very poorly and I rolled much better the second time. You want to do the D100?
Yeah, sure, why not? 18.
18.
Okay. Nothing happens during your watch.
So maybe like a third of the way into the watch. What does Seeker do on his watch? What's he doing?
He's just laying on his back staring at the sky.
Is his alcohol still like knotted to him? Did he ever figure out a way to get it off?
And he
It's-
hasn't tried. It is still just stuck to
It
him.
might as well be like welded to his belt.
Can he get it himself this way or not so much?
I mean, he can take his belt off.
Yeah.
Seeker.
Yeah.
You were drinking from Claudia before.
Right, that did happen. Probably won't happen again.
Yeah. I was thinking, if you're going to drink from somebody, it should be me.
Right, why is that?
Well, for one thing, I think you would have an easier time getting drunk if I were drunk first.
Aw, sharing our alcoholism.
It's some shit I've heard. In
Right, that's fair played, but you didn't trust me like 2 days ago. So what brought this on?
I don't want anyone else. I'm afraid if you drink from Artie, he has kind of an addictive personality.
Right. I
And
kind
he'll
of don't
get-
want that crazy, to be fair. Like, no offense to him, but
I mean, I don't. You can think what you want. I'm more concerned that once he understands what it feels like, he's going to crave it. And I don't think that's good for anybody.
You hear Katja kind of chuckle. You're right.
Obviously, Claudia will be uncomfortable.
alright, that won't happen again. What about
You
Velen?
You already almost. She already gave you so much. I don't know how she feels about that. But I consent. And again, I really can't stress enough. Once we get to a town that's not Shadowstead where there's alcohol, I am happy to get my own alcohol. It doesn't have to
Right.
be yours.
I don't mind sharing. I just want you to ask instead of take.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. And he'll attempt to get the thing out of the knot.
Roll a survival check.
Didn't she roll like a 27 or something?
She did. I can't even beat it. So
You could nat 20.
yeah, I did not. I did not.
You don't even know where to start.
Right? Fucking. Oh. Right, Katja, you goddamn fucking ironclad hand bitch.
We could cut the rope, or we could ask Katja, or...
No,
could take a
fucking. And he
step.
just cuts the rope.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not baby hands after all.
She's looking at his massive hands being like, I don't know why anyone would think that, but okay.
Not that. Alright.
You cut and ruin a perfectly good hemp rope.
Sure do. Right, we can probably have RT fix it in the morning.
We could, yeah.
You want some?
Yeah.
I'll hand her the bottle.
She understands now how potent this stuff is, so she'll just take a sip.
Okay. Roll con save. You get to add 5 because Seeker's nearby.
Sure do.
Unless he
Oh, I don't-
chooses
I don't
not
know
to.
why it keeps- oh, it
No,
keeps rolling-
we're friends. We're okay.
It's
Okay.
rolling with, sorry, it keeps rolling with advantage because of Warcaster.
How dare
Sorry
you?
about that.
It's okay. You rolled a 15. Good enough. You are buzzed.
After she takes the drink, he'll look at her and he'll go, right, well, since I'm drinking from you, are you interested in the other way?
What a good question.
Kind of
Are you?
seems,
Are you?
why not? It's supposed to make you stronger, so.
It is. Let me think about it.
Take your time. No rush to me.
I think I would feel strange if my power came from anybody but Jimino. Does that make sense?
I suppose.
Is it... Do you feel strange? Your power used to come from Saren, right?
Not really. My powers came from leaving her. It was more like a, I guess, a curse, you could say.
Yeah. But ultimately, technically, she was still the one on your shoulder.
Right,
No.
so
That scar you have that was hurting you so much doesn't seem to be a thing anymore.
No, alright. My new god fixed that.
Do you like her?
So far, she's much better than the last one.
Seems so.
I haven't talked to her much. Maybe I should.
Maybe.
It's just the last one I talked to didn't go so well, you know?
The last time
Saturn.
you... Oh, well. She doesn't strike me as the friendliest sort.
Right, you wouldn't believe it, but she's not.
Can I ask, how did you get mixed up with a god like that?
Oh, that's a fucking story, I'll tell you what.
Was your parents?
Uh, I was basically kidnapped and forced into it.
What?
Yeah. It's a long story, maybe another time.
Huh. You talked to Claudia about that?
No, no one knows about that.
Maybe you
The
should.
past is hard, you know?
Yeah, I know. Well, hey, it's not your god, but change is possible.
Alright, I'm glad it is. This is the first time I've been a free man in God knows how fucking long. I may be dead, but fucking free.
That's why you let that vampire bite you, huh? You wanted him to
What's
be
the worst that could happen, you know?
I don't know whether you're just incredibly reckless or incredibly lucky.
It's both.
But either way, you seem to fit in well with the rest of us, since I think all of the rest of us also are sort of both.
Right, yeah, that's fucking true. Shit I've seen some of you do is crazy.
I'm sorry I haven't been all the way trusting.
It happens. Honestly, I didn't trust you the second you took my fucking drink, but here we are.
Well, I'm good and buzzed. Do you want to be buzzed or do you want to be drunk?
I'm alright right now. I'm not hungry yet. I'll let you know when though.
Okay.
And for the rest of the time, you're gonna watch Seeker sit up and go like cross-legged, and he starts like reciting some words and drawing stuff in the circle for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then you watch as kind of like the ground erupts and like this shadowy mist, and then after the mist fades, there's just a giant skeletal warhorse standing there.
Whoa. Who's this?
I don't know. I have to give him a name, but this is
Cool.
something given to me by Nyx, so I thought I'd use it.
The giant skeletal warhorse just kind of tips its head up and down in that strange, like, mimicry of nickering, but the horse doesn't make any noise.
You know what you should name it, Seeker?
No, I'm sure you're gonna tell me though.
Jelly.
Sorry, what?
Oh,
To match
peanut butter.
To match peanut butter.
I look to the
Claudia-
horse. You like jelly?
You hear in your mind, oh, you've had worse.
Alright, fuck it. Your name's Jelly then.
Well, as you say.
Right, Joffrey, what do you think of him? And I put
I love
Joffrey
it.
on the back
Jelly
of
and
the horse.
Joffrey.
Joffrey, like, seems fun.
Aw.
Right? Called it.
Hold
will-
on.
Tess
Is
will
it
see.
straight bones? Is it ethereal? Is it like a shadowy mist? I need a
Yo,
visual.
there's going to be an image in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
So I sent Echo the image. At least I thought I sent it to him, but I pasted it and never hit enter, so it sat in the chat message for like 20 minutes. So I'm sorry.
Are we talking about like the undead mount from World of Warcraft? Like some
No,
thinking-
so like the
so
bones.
literally, yes. Oh,
The bones are like covered in this very thin layer of skin that's almost translucent.
Ooh,
Like parchment.
Yeah, kind of like parchment.
that's terrifying. Oh,
Sounds crinkly.
very
was-
noisy steed.
Bones clanking and
They're
paper
not generally
crinkling.
stealthy. So
No.
That's true.
horses are pretty loud.
Tess
I like-
is going to feed Joffrey. I have some rusty. For some reason, I have a rusty sword in my inventory, so she's gonna feed Joffrey.
I
the
feel
sword.
like ball bearings would be the perfect snack for this fucking thing.
It would
I
be
have
amazing.
literally
little
just
pellets.
cubes of fucking burnt metal
Yeah,
for him.
I know, but you should have just gotten 1,000 ball bearings. That's a terrifying creature.
Sure is.
It looks like crispy, like it was mummified.
I love him.
Quispy.
As you've summoned him, you hear, "Do you have anything for me, or can I just graze?"
Yeah, just graze. That's fine.
He, like, this skeletal warhorse leans down to the grasses near the campsite, and then you hear him say, "Oh, right.
I'm dead.
I don't eat."
Oh, buddy.
Aw.
How are the other horses reacting to this abomination?
They're all just full goose, like, rubbernecking, like,
They're goosing.
they're goosing, yeah.
No, too much
They're all
goose.
goosing.
They're
They're
goosenecking. They're looking at this horse like,
What the fuck?
Claudia, you hear in your mind, hey,
Hmm?
stranger,
Tess is gonna like
smells
while-
bad, stranger.
Claudia wakes up like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Tess is gonna try to calm the other horses down.
And roll animal handling.
Stranger, it smells bad.
Smells like death.
Oh, that's a dope ass horse.
Ugh.
I just saw it. I was scrolled
And
up
his
on the
name
maps
is
of the
Jelly.
Old fucking jelly.
Old jelly.
Tess, you managed to comfort the other horses quickly enough that they don't like they get back to dozing basically. Peanut Butter, however, is not consolable, at least not by you. Claudia, you are.
Does that wake up, Claudia?
Oh yes,
What the fuck is that?
All right, that's Jelly. Jelly, this is Claudia. All right, you
Is it-
can't hear him, but
Is he okay?
yeah.
you hear like this strange mimicry of a nicker. It's like it does not sound right.
Is he okay?
You need moisturizer. Claudia's just gonna shuffle, like kind of move sideways to Peanut Butter while not really taking her eyes off of the other horse and just be like, I think it's okay.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh well, there goes that ways. I didn't even mean to click on that.
Okay,
Persuasion.
No, that was the seeker.
it stands so good. With a 12, it takes some real like time, but
Yeah.
you do eventually get Peanut Butter to calm down.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, she asks, "It's not pulling the cart, is it?"
No. No, that's just Seeker's special horse. Like you're my special horse.
Oh. You see Peanut Butter like down at her own hooves.
Oh, you look great.
Okay.
He's really special.
There's so you get like a wave of the wave of emotions you receive from Peanut Butter is just confusion, but acceptance.
Yeah, that's basically how Claudia's treating the situation.
Okay.
I might
Um,
go back to bed, guys.
Tess is very specifically giving Claudia a wide berth around the horse. Like she'll like dip away from the horses as she's.
Ooh.
Well, now I'm going to bed sad. Fuck.
as that all happens, before you go to sleep, Seeker, you hear, "Oh, you're going to bed. Oh, all right, I'll just be here."
Right. Do you not
Does it
sleep?
sleep?
No, dead. You know, the
So
skeleton.
is Seeker.
Right. Would you prefer if you weren't here, or like?
No, it's fine. I just thought maybe you had a purpose for me, but no,
Well,
clearly
all right,
not.
you. Not really. You're here for a reason. You're gonna be with me.
In life, the emperors would have given me so much more to do than just exist.
All right, you will. Just not for the next 4 hours. You keep watch if you want.
This I can do. Thank you for purpose.
Thank you.
Wake me up if you see anything.
You will know.
In Soviet Nosvedanya,
All
horse
right,
rides
then.
you.
And Seeker is immediately out.
It is a Kindinosian accent, which is a little weird to you. Okay, next watch.
It's going great.
Velen and Claudia, you are awoken for next watch. Before anything else, I need a perception check and a percentile, please.
I have a +2 perception. You're muted, Saf.
Okay, so I realize I'm rolling perception, but I don't think I need to roll perception to notice Jelly.
No, you see Jelly the horse standing there. Actually, Jelly the horse is patrolling around the campsite. So there's just this gentle clopping of very undead hooves as this skeletal horse is patrolling around the camp.
You also have a bag, like a satchel on your lap
Yes, you do.
with writing on it.
RD-esque writing.
I have a message from Artie, and also there's a ghost horse,
Skeleton horse.
skeleton horse.
His name is Jelly.
His name is Jelly.
Yeah. These seekers. I don't understand.
When you
but
say
I've accepted
Jelly,
it.
Jelly the horse like turns and looks at you, and it's a little unsettling, but then it continues its patrol.
Okay. Well, at least he's on our side. How does Peanut Butter feel about that?
Buddy just shakes her head.
That's so sad that Peanut Butter and Jelly don't get along. That hurts my heart a little bit. All right. All right.
Maybe they'll just need some time.
Yeah.
Or some
Yeah,
milk.
arranged relationships, they never work out. All right. Right away. Okay. So are
Personal
we both?
experience?
No. No. I didn't stick around long enough for one of those. Are we both rolling, or is one of us rolling?
Is your
for advantage?
perception better than mine?
Yeah, I have a plus something. 1 second. I have a +6.
Yeah, advantage for you.
Ooh.
Nice.
Please
Oh, shit.
remind me, before anything else, Dooch, who is Pons?
Pons is the Pons guy.
Ponce.
The Ponzi?
Ponce! The
Ponce.
Ponce! Okay.
The
I've never heard
Ponce.
that word before. Okay. Okay. I'm
Dude
doing
is
my best.
unintentionally adorable very frequently.
Oh.
It is spelled
I'm
like
up.
this.
Ayo,
like
the roof.
Ponzi.
I thought it was like, hey, I'm the Pons.
I was like, am I forgetting an NPC? Who the fuck was Pons? Nobody.
Hey.
Hey, Pons.
Oh my god. I love it.
Okay. All right.
Fantastic.
With a natural 20 and a 24, nothing happens during your watch.
Okay. I guess I should do some dancing in between keeping an eye out. Well, Jelly is clearly also on patrol, so we should be all right. Yeah. Hey, buddy. All right. Claudia, before I start dancing, I just wanted. How are you doing?
Oh, you know, I killed
Yeah.
a guy today.
I mean, you didn't.
I did.
You really. I understand why you feel responsible for that, but I don't think you're more responsible for that than I am.
Just going forward, maybe I shouldn't get near people.
Velen's response to that is to basically clump over to Claudia and just like sit back to back.
Did you hear me? Should
Yeah,
I
I
should I have
did.
been louder? Okay. Just
Honey,
checking.
kiddo, yeah, we all decided it was worth it. You
I
can't
think
have that burden for yourself.
I think maybe Tess regrets it.
I think that there are choices you can't unmake. And even if she's upset with you, even if you two are having issues, and I mean, you two are clearly having a thing. Whatever, right? Um, there are choices you can't unmake that you would never unmake, and you being here is a choice that I would never unmake. And I'm sure that Tess wouldn't unmake it either, even if she's mad.
Okay.
All right. I was making a statement by being all huggy or whatever, but I actually do have to go dance to figure out what's going on with these things that he put in my lap. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. But
Yep.
you get it, right? You get okay.
Yes.
Got it. All right. So get up to go to or identify dance on these things.
Okay. You cast Identify on the 2 wands and the 2 rings and the amulet. What do you start with?
I'm gonna start with the amulet. The amulet. Wow.
Amulet.
The amulet.
Amulet.
The amulet is an amulet of health.
Nice.
Ooh.
Right. We got an amulet of health.
Oh.
Thank God I remembered about these things. They've just been sitting in my bag for fucking sessions.
Feed it
All
to
right.
Joffrey.
Let's do. All right, I will do the wands now.
Is it 10 minutes per dance?
Yep.
Yeah.
You could dance for like almost an hour
I'm gonna be
straight.
dancing for an hour. Yeah. It's a really good thing that there's nothing else happening on this watch because Velen is
Cardio.
basically just
I
like.
think that's why he's asking the order.
Okay, so you're doing the wands next.
The Ponce's, yes.
Pons wands.
Wands, wands.
One is a wand of magic missiles.
Ooh.
Nice.
Sick.
The other is a wand of the war mage.
Ooh.
Sick.
Ooh.
You know it is a wand of the war mage plus 2.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Double ooh.
Lots of
Ooh,
oohs.
woo, even.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, God.
Ooh, woo. Okay.
Ooh, what's this? No.
Holy shit, I want that.
And
Yeah,
then
Cardi will be
there's 2 rings from the Ponce, which I will do those 2 last.
Okay. One of them is a ring of protection.
Okay. +1 or
Just plus 1.
Okay.
Which is a rare item, by the way.
That's funny.
The other is a ring of mind shielding.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Nice. Those are good fucking items. God damn.
Yeah. Ah. She's finally done dancing. Velen lies down on the ground.
You looked great.
Thanks. That was a lot.
What are you gonna do with all those?
I mean, well, some of it's pretty damn useful. This amulet of health.
You know it sets the wearer's constitution to 19. It has no effect if their constitution is higher than that.
Okay. Just make somebody much healthier than they are, or unless they're already super healthy, I guess.
mean, does anyone have open attunement slots? Because I don't.
I fucking
don't
do
either.
that thing.
Tess gets them all.
Do
I don't
all
know.
of them
Do all of
require
them
attunement?
take attunement slots? Because I
I don't think
Wand of
the-
magic missiles.
The
I
Wand
don't
of Magic
think-
Missiles do not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the only one.
I believe the Ring of Protection does not as well, but I could be wrong.
No, it does. I have one.
Cloak of
Totally.
my cloak of Prat does.
They're not the same. Ring of Protection is
I
rare.
have a ring of protection. It is attuned.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. Somebody might want to swap something out. Somebody
Yep, me.
Yep, me.
and anything else. I mean, we can always sell what we don't have the attunement for, and money is an issue. So
I can literally use nothing. So.
You can't use any of those things?
Well, I have Braze that I'm not getting rid of. I have the Tree Thrower that I'm not getting rid of, and then I have
Oh.
my Armor of Fire Resistance. That
I
I'm
understand.
Not
I thought
getting
you
rid
meant like you physically could not use them, but
Oh.
now I hear that you just don't want to trade anything.
So, as your watch passes without incident and everybody is eventually awoken, everybody is also introduced to Jelly the horse.
Ellie.
I start running.
Seeker, you hear, there were many near incursions by wildlife, but nothing dangerous.
All right, good job. And I give him a pat on the head.
Thank you.
Thank you, Buster.
All right, you ready to set out then?
So as soon as it is clear, it does. Because I think Artie missed Jelly the horse on his watch.
I
right?
wake up and I scream and run.
Yeah, I think Tess is anticipating this. Tess is anticipating and runs immediately after.
Wait.
No, no, it's okay, it's okay.
Nope. As you go running, I put my hand on your shoulder and I go, wait, just please, one moment.
Fucking death horse, run.
Jelly, go get him.
As you wish.
No.
I firebolt.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Calm down.
No, he hates horses. He's scared.
Yep.
He's scared of horses. Yeah.
Yep,
That hits.
Yep.
Aw.
You
Poor
sent
Jelly.
them after me.
You summoned
I
him to
did.
suffer.
I did.
It's
Why are
gonna
we
be
here? Is it
hopefully
just
low
suffer?
damage.
Suffer.
18 fire damage.
He's still alive.
He can feel his arms on his
Kill him!
legs.
I go to cock back and shoot again.
Right? No, stop!
What? Why?
Hey.
Kill the
hey.
fucking death horse. What are you
No,
doing?
it's-
He has attacked me.
Tess shoots a dirty look at Seeker and is like, you know he's afraid of horses.
All right, I momentarily forgot. I am sorry. I thought it'd be
Momentarily.
funny.
It's
Right,
not
can somebody
fucking
fill me
funny.
in, please? Can somebody fill me in before I
Yeah,
kill this
It's a little
this is-
funny.
This is a
Right,
horse
thank
from
you.
Nyx. This is a horse from Nyx. It is a horse for Seeker. It is under Seeker's control. It's like peanut butter for Claudia. His name is Jelly.
I keep the gun high.
I go and
It doesn't have to come near me, right?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I think it's
Artie,
made of fucking nightmares and
Artie?
tears.
you're gonna be okay. Come here. Come here. Come
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Put the gun down. Come here. Come here. Come
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I
You're
take
gonna
the
be
hug.
okay.
It fell in.
can I heal this thing like normal?
Just
or
like
no?
she fucking
Yeah,
calmed the
it's
horses
just-
down the night before.
It's a fine steed. You can heal it as you would any other
Okay.
fine steed.
I heal him to full.
It's okay. It's okay.
It fell in. See those items?
Hey, Valen, do you want to maybe fill us in on what those items are? Tess is like still hugging Artie.
Yeah, sure. Velen will just fill everyone in on what
Yay.
everything.
Can I have the wand?
Yay.
The War Mage wand?
There
Can
he goes.
I have that? Can I have that? Anybody?
I mean,
Everybody?
Yeah, I
just
think that's
really
a great.
wanna-
I think it's
Yeah.
a great idea. I think it's a great
Fuck
idea.
yeah. So I got a
Seeker, roll me
question.
perception.
You know, Seeker's bad at that.
I know.
Very bad at that.
I don't
but
care.
13.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Fuck.
I got a question, Echo.
Sup? Sup, dude?
One of my infusions is an enhanced arcane focus. I could take any rod, wand, or something else and give it a +1 bonus. I had a regular rod, and that's what I kind of made my gun out of.
You cannot enhance an already magical wand.
Cool. So I have an extra infusion slot open then, because this is still way better.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take the wand and I'm going to kind of take apart my gun that I have, and I'm gonna replace the old rod that I had with this wand, and it is now what it's gonna be my arcane focus that is powering my gun.
Okay.
Cool.
You do that.
Can I have control of this token?
One moment.
Nee.
Nay.
Nay.
I see what you did there.
What about
There you
who
go.
wants
You
who
should be
wants
able to.
be healthy? What about that amulet? I don't want it. I'm just who should we give it to? And what about the other wand? That thing is kind of cool too.
Where did these magic items come from?
Some people we killed.
Right. I guess I should have expected that answer.
They were evil.
Okay.
Do you want like specific names?
No.
Okay.
Can I have the
Actually,
amulet?
I
don't
regret
even know who
asking
killed
in the
them.
first place.
I'm pretty sure Lord Achatari killed one of them, but
Actually, that is true. Lord Achatari
Right.
did
That's
kill
how I got this, and I hold up tree thrower.
mhm.
Can I have the amulet, Artie? Unless someone
Oh
else.
yeah, I don't have a problem with
I
any of it.
can't take anything.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Who wants the ring? Kyle, do you want a ring? I know I gave you one earlier.
Are
It'll
you
make
proposing to me?
Well,
if you would say
congratulations.
if you would say yes, then and I
Coulda
kind of
done.
do like a little bashful. Yeah.
I kind of nudge Artie and kind of point over to Katya, like,
What?
I don't think I'm allowed to marry, but thank
Wow.
you.
I'm not interested. Right. No.
right, no,
Anybody?
I didn't mean.
Damn.
Never
What
mind.
does? Oh, it's a
Secret?
magical ring. What does
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
What does
It
it
makes it protects you. And
Or
gives
shields your
you-
mind.
do?
shield you.
Which
helps to
ring?
shield
Yeah.
your
Which
already-
ring?
Yeah,
the
one of
ring
them
of
is
protection.
one of them will shield you from telepathic influence or
Oh,
communication, and then the
Either
other
or,
one is
honestly. Whatever you
just
want.
general protection from things.
The +1 AC.
my soul cannot sustain any more magical items that require attunement.
Are we all full on attunement?
Yes.
Except Tess.
Better start swapping them out.
I mean,
I
Tess,
can't.
So here's the thing. Tess could unattune from the communicrystal, but like that shit is really useful to
It
us.
is really
You have
useful.
used it so many times.
We have. Sassy.
We have.
I don't.
Tess doesn't have to
Werner has literally saved our ass so much. I am never.
I
He
wasn't
is
trying to be
unattune.
sarcastic. Jesus
You
Christ.
sounded like it.
I'm sorry. I
Sounded
didn't mean to
like it.
come across as sassy. I meant that. You've used it so many times.
I can't unattune
Sorry.
from the Dreadthirst vial. I will not unattune from
Unattune
from Jericho's
from my
amulet.
Glasses.
And I have a ring of protection already.
I don't want to unattune from my glasses.
Right. Well, looks like
I mean,
we can make some money.
I could swap out my cloak of protection for the ring of protection, but I
Does it
don't.
do better?
It's the same.
It's the same.
+1
Is
AC.
Well, then-
unattuning a straight
mean-
just drop?
What?
Say
What?
Is unattuning just like a straight drop? It's not an hour to unattune to shit, right?
It is an hour to
It
unattune.
is an hour
It is
to
an
unattune.
action
Oh.
to
Action.
attune.
An action too. Okay.
So it basically the stuff that we don't need is money, which we also need. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just a question of
Here,
We don't need
let's
to
put
pass
it
everything out.
in bag of holding, and then when we get to a town, we can either sell it or if we
Well,
want to
so Artie
upgrade.
took the wand of the War Mage, right?
Yeah, can I have the other one? too?
Anyone can use the magic missile.
Anyone
so
can use
yeah,
magic
Artie, you can
missiles.
take it.
I would. Is there anybody who like doesn't have convenient
Range?
range?
I don't.
You?
You're a fucking warlock.
She didn't.
I didn't take Eldritch Blast.
She's
No,
not like
sorry,
other
I'm not-
warlocks.
I'm not
I'll
like
let
other
you-
warlocks.
I'll let you borrow my Eldritch Blast if you want.
Hate that sentence.
Boy,
Frog, yes.
I
how
mean,
did this happen to me?
The whole reason Claudia's ass got kicked by those
Made my
Remoras
mistakes.
is that because she can't use
You
Dialysis
goosed a
anymore, she
bandit.
has
You
no
started
range.
this.
That wasn't a
So-
mistake.
that was not a mistake. I think that
Fine,
giving
Claudia,
Claudia
you
the
can
magic
have it.
one makes sense, just so that she can have a little bit of range.
Well, I run up. It takes me a minute to get there, but I used to
Yeah.
have range.
Alright, so I'll put the ring of protection and the ring of mind shielding in my bag of holding. Anytime anybody wants it, they can have it.
That blows my
Horrible sound.
mind.
Just
And Tess has the amulet of health, right?
I have
Yes.
the amulet of health. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tess attunes the amulet of health. I don't. What happened? Like, do I grow muscles? Like, what happened?
Constitution
Get a
is your
healthy flush.
no.
Hit
Constitution
points.
is your hardiness. So it literally just makes you healthier. It's not like strength where you're suddenly like built.
Doubles your white blood cell count.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
You suddenly feel super
Immune
healthy.
system.
Okay,
Amazing.
cool.
Your blood thickens. Your skin gets a little hardier.
Your
You
arteries clear.
Isn't
Like
thicker
it's,
blood bad?
It
I feel like
depends.
it's gonna give me a little. It's gonna be a little harder to get me drunk now. I think.
Am I
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be drinking like Jello?
No.
Oh,
Not
You
that
like
thick.
jelly?
that is a horrible thought. Thanks.
You are.
But her concentration
Yikes.
saves are going to be beastly.
All of these items
Yeah.
are real D&D Beyond items, by the way. You can add them
Yeah.
to your inventories.
I got 2
I
rings
have-
just sitting in
My con save went up by 1, which I love for me.
nice.
It makes 19 con is great.
You only went up
Sure
by
is.
when? Oh gosh.
You have a higher con than I do now. To be fair,
Yeah,
my
my-
con's pretty low.
My con's 14.
Mine's 15, so.
My con's better than yours.
You're a
It
fighter.
is.
A flock.
Wait, hold up.
I still have more health than you.
Extra
Okay.
infusion.
Shall we
Yeah,
continue?
artificers get an extra infusion or an extra attunement slots with them.
Yeah, artificers get more attunement slots. You also, if you find a tattooist, they can give you a tattoo that gives you an attunement slot.
I need to go get
That's
tatted up
on the
now. Oh,
You're
my.
already tatted up.
Yeah, we have tattoos.
Yeah, but I can get them
You're a
covered in
Goliath.
magical ink.
True. All right, ready, go.
I need a d6.
No, I've already done it.
All right, I got it.
Ooh, a 1, a 2.
A 3.
A 5.
5.
Okay, I need a d100, please.
Guess I got that too.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What, already rolled for bandits?
That was during a watch.
I know, but just 276.
It's not the same
I think
table.
there was a real
No,
manticore
no, I
out here
just meant
somewhere.
the same number.
Maybe.
Oh no, he rolled the 73.
Okay. With a 76, you see you're nearing Shadowstead at this point. It's been about 4 days of travel, and Shadowstead is literally like over the next crest. It's one more day, and then you'll be at Shadowstead. So, behind me was Sal. I'm sorry.
I was about to say that. Behind you.
I'm sorry. I'm out of cat food in the fridge.
Fuck them, Pen. We're not giving it a film.
On the side of the road, as you continue onward, you see there is a wagon, a full cart. It's huge. It's the sort of like freight cart that you would expect to see going in and out for import and export. It is ruined. It is broken on the side of the road. One of the wheels is completely gone. The other wheel is half broken. The wagon itself is pitched over as if the horse that was pulling it looked as though it fell off the road. There is no horse there now. There are brown streaks of dried blood in the hardened, like in the dry dirt around the wagon. The wagon itself looks like it's full of supplies. There's no one around as you're nearing it.
Detect good and evil?
Sure, what does that spell do?
Sorry, it's divine sense. I am ignorant. Ignore me.
You're not ignorant.
Mm.
Do you divine sense?
Yeah, I do divine sense.
Okay. You're riding an undead.
Yep.
Let's see. Is there anything
Claudia
else?
gives a vibe of undead sometimes.
There's a nearby.
You get the ones that you know of, basically.
Okay.
You do not detect anything else.
Okay.
You don't detect anything you didn't expect.
Makes sense.
Do we want to check this out and investigate it?
Right. I'll get off my horse.
Yeah, come with me. Get fucking whatever that shit is away from me. Let's go.
His name is Jelly, and he's
I don't like
alright.
it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's go. I'm gonna wait there.
Right? Can you do a patrol around, Jelly?
Yeah, just like
As
walk,
you
and
wish.
just don't stop walking until I don't know, it gets dark.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. You know, tell
Yeah.
your little friend I have been called much worse things by much better people.
Oh, right. I don't know if I should actually say that though. I said that out loud.
Say what? Yeah, no,
Right.
tell him to keep fucking walking until it gets dark. Let's go. Come on,
He's,
we don't have time for this, Seeker. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Right. I need you to be nice to my friend. All right.
Did you say that
Talking to
me,
you.
or-
Yeah, he's talking to you, Artie.
yeah, just tell him that and let's go.
He can understand you. It's fine. Let's go.
I know. So you told him to be nice to me. I get it. Let's go.
No.
And I go up to the cart.
Oh my
I do want to.
I have Braze out. I am ready if there's anything that jumps.
Okay, you're
us.
on guard, sure.
I
I
think
am
we're
so
all
not
on
ready.
guard. Except
I-
Artie.
I'm gonna go up to the cart. I'm gonna look for any telltale signs of like scratch marks or footprints, kind of just. And I'm gonna go over, pop the glasses on, so like I'm getting fine looks at everything. I'm like a fucking hound dog.
Yeah, roll investigation.
I get advantage because it's looking.
Probably.
Because
Go ahead.
You might need it.
I'm looking within fucking 2 feet or whatever that shit is. So I'm like,
Oh, the eyes of minute seeing. Yeah. With a 37, you know many things. The first thing you know is that all over this wagon, and also on the ground around it, are these scratch marks. They look like the slashes of what looks like talons. The talons themselves look like they were pretty big, somewhere between 1 inch to 2 inches each. You also know that the creature that made these slash marks likely had 3 fingers on each of their, well, their appendages, whatever it was that they slashed with. Maybe it was a bird, maybe it was something bigger. But you do know that the talons appear to have magic in them because the wood gave way too easily. You can see that the wood is cut by the talons very smoothly, very cleanly, and there's no splintering. So whatever the talons were that cut into this, they were magical. You don't believe it was a manticore. A manticore has 4 claws on each of its appendages, and this only has 3. You also notice there are a lot of footprints all over the place, and some of them look humanoid, some of them don't. Some of them look like broad humanoid feet, but with 3 talons on the ends of them, which is
it looks
bizarre.
like everybody scattered, who is like the normal human
There-
footprints.
No, there was clearly a fight here. You can see the evidence with that crazy roll. There's evidence of sword slashes, axe slashes hitting the cart. And also, you find amongst the dark, like rusty brown dried blood, you catch sight of some dry, almost like black and blue ichor on the ground. You don't know what that is.
Okay,
You can roll an arcana if you want to try and figure it out.
I would like to. Also, I just realized something that I'll touch base on in a minute.
Okay? Can't wait.
It's actually pretty funny.
Oh,
Alright,
no.
Arcana. Arcana 27.
This blood, this ichor, this bluish, strange substance is not of this plane.
I'm gonna take a vial of it.
You can't. It's dry. Like, you can
okay.
collect, you can, like,
Yeah.
scrape the road.
Nah, that's fine.
Okay.
Alright, so I will. Alright, so here I got everything I need. Let's go back and tell everybody. And I will go back to the group and explain all of that. So it's definitely a struggle. It's not a manticore though. It doesn't line up. They have 4 claws, not 3. But roughly, how many people do I think it was? Like humanoid footprints?
You think maybe 4?
Okay, and the manticore, or not the manticore, the creature prints? Did it look like 1 or multiple?
So it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
You don't know. Basically, like, you saw there were at least 2, could have been 6.
Okay. Yeah,
They
that makes
have
sense.
legs.
It looks like it's probably more than one, but other than that, I don't really know. Also,
Centipede.
side note, completely unrelated to this. Just a heads up. I remember reading about a ring of mind shielding in the past. If you die while wearing this ring, the soul enters it, by the way.
Hmm.
So that fucking Pons guy is probably inside of there, just a heads up.
Well, have you worn the ring?
No. No, I
Okay.
don't want it. It's
Party,
in my bag.
vampires
But-
don't have souls.
Oh. So yeah, fuck them then.
But why would
Technically,
they have
they're
it?
dead souls. Please get it right. It's important.
Sorry, they have dead souls.
What's the
So-
difference?
I don't know.
Oh no, it's irrelevant now. I forgot that they don't have souls or dead souls. Alright, besides the point. But yeah, there are some fucking struggles over here, and whatever it is definitely not of this plane. That Icar says otherwise.
Maybe speaks to that theory that, like, it's not really a theory if Call is here. That idea that whatever is happening is maybe coming from somewhere else.
Leading through, yeah.
Do you have any idea what creature could have made those marks?
Who call?
Anyone. Anyone who has an answer.
Would I have a guess?
Yeah. Is there a roll we
Right.
can make, or?
Can I go through the encyclopedia
Here's
since
a-
I read Fantastical Beasts and where to
Can
find
I-
them?
Can I roll history? Because there was an ichor. There was a kind of ichor that came out of the wyvern claws. Like Tess had that horror movie moment where like
It
some
came out
stuff
of its mouth. It was like its
dripped on
drool.
her from above.
Mhm.
Like, does that sound familiar? Does that seem like it would fit the situation? Can I roll history or something about that?
Roll a history in regarding wyverns. Artie, how much have you studied other planes?
No,
Not a lot. I have studied creatures, particularly for their harvesting potential. So if it was relatively known creatures,
No,
okay,
not a
cool.
chance.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
from another plane.
Call, you can roll me a history check. Tess, you know it was black. You also know it came from its tail.
Oh, I thought it came from its mouth. JK. I don't know nothing.
18.
Not good enough, I'm afraid.
I didn't think
There's
so.
lots of otherworldly creatures that have all sorts of bodily fluids that are not red.
Mhm.
Probably infinite.
Close.
Can we
very
ask
close
one
to
of the
infinite.
Reverie crew? See if they know.
Yeah, maybe Triumph knows.
Hmm.
I don't assume Reverie knows anything.
Basically, if you ask Reverie a question, she goes, Triumph? So,
He
It's
doesn't
like
even
me
know
with
that time
Echo.
magic is true.
Triumph can
That's true.
consider the question. Let me roll for him. He rolls Arcana. I'm afraid this is outside of my purview. I haven't spent a whole lot of time studying extraplanar three-taloned creatures.
Right? It doesn't hurt to ask though. So
I
I
thought
don't-
I'd be rifling through the wagon to see what's left in it.
Oh, it's full of shit. Like, it's like a loaded wagon.
There are no dead bodies.
None.
Whoa.
Just blood.
Snap.
Ow.
It ate them.
Very weird.
Yeah, I definitely got eaten.
No bones or anything.
No bones.
Nada. Hold on a minute.
Gotcha. I don't want to get scooped up. Can I just stay close to you?
She looks down at you and she says, "Sure."
Yeah, nice. I'm like on her hip, so if anything tries to scoop, she's gonna go through fucking
Holding him like a
touch.
baby.
I mean,
Oh,
if she
you mean
wants to
like
hold-
the kind of propped up on her hip?
If she, I was gonna fucking just stand there, but if she was down to hold me,
I'm kidding.
She like has her rifle in her hands, so she's like,
yeah, no problem. I'll just stand here. It's okay. Maybe another time.
Okay, so Pen, you're sifting through the cart. Roll me a D100.
Okay. 82.
That's a good number.
Is it?
82. Okay.
it was bad.
Oh.
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 As you sift through the cart, there's lots of linens, there's fabrics, there's textiles, there's rations, there's like these barrels of what look like maybe oil. And then you see there is a small wooden box, rectangular in shape, kind of tucked in next to the barrels. When you pull it out, the clasps are unlocked. Do you look in it? You see inside it is a large gemstone. It appears to be an amethyst, and it sits within a gilt frame of platinum, and it sparkles in the light. Carved in its settings are images of demonic women seducing mortal men.
Hey.
Love.
Ellen? I think I found something expensive. Do you want to sell it?
It's artistic porn.
What
Right? Is
the
it
hell?
magical?
It
Definitely
looks
magical.
it looks fancy. I'll
Do you
say
want to
that.
dance about it?
Not here. Not here. Just take it.
Okay, I take it.
When you pick it
I'm
up,
l-
your hand it like glows with a pinkish hue in your hand.
Did Velen get hotter?
No, there's no change to Velen. So it's the eye of the beholder here.
Okay. But not here, so I'm just gonna hold on to it, I guess,
Okay.
until we are no longer standing over the cart.
Sure. Do you keep sifting through the cart?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me another
I already
D100.
found one thing.
My eyes are glued to the sky right now because I'm terrified of getting snatched from the
Sure.
sky.
87.
87.
80s.
I'm protecting Claudia. Like I'm just standing like outside the cart.
So I
with
don't have
raised
to
drum.
split my attention. Yeah.
Near those barrels, you see there is something that's underneath like a big canvas. And when you move the canvas, you see it is like gleaming with green light. It's like a block of jade has been carved into the shape of a leatherback turtle.
Nice.
It's like a big
Artie?
chunky work of art.
Yeah. Right. And I'm just.
You were talking about a turtle once, I think. I don't know. This is green. Here you go.
Okay.
Right? That shit
How
is
heavy is
probably
it?
worth some money.
Someone asked me something?
I said, how heavy is it?
15 pounds.
Oh,
Alright, she'll hand it to Artie, which is like a third of his
It's a
weight.
foot-long carving of a
Gotcha.
giant turtle.
Yep.
Like,
Come with me. Come with me. I gotta put it in the bag. And it's made out of jade.
yes,
Just put it in the
it's
bag.
solid
I'm
jade.
Holding it out while
Does it-
looking in the sky still.
Is it magic?
Doesn't seem it.
Probably. I don't fucking know. Just put it in the bag.
Okay. She'll put it in the bag.
Okay, you mark down. You
Jade
have a jade
turtle.
turtle.
Oh, I got it.
Do you keep sifting?
Yeah, bruh. this is
Roll
the
me a
fucking
D100.
treasure chest here.
Is it a chest?
Treasure chest. 69.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
now you're really gonna find some porn.
I don't think I've ever rolled a 69 and I've always wanted to. It's the big moment for me.
Congrats.
Congrats.
I'm very happy for you.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay. You find
Good sign.
it's wearing clothes that look like they're made of like silk, but it has no distinguishing features. You find a doll nestled near. You don't touch it.
Well, no, she's gonna try to not let Artie know because good thing he's paying attention to the sky. She's gonna try to
right.
slip it to Tez.
You try to what?
Slip it to Tez.
As soon as you touch it, the instant you do, your mind suddenly it's as if you are thrown into a nostalgic memory.
Oh no. I only have bad ones of those.
No, this is not a bad memory.
Uh-oh.
You remember sitting with wolf cubs in a den.
Oh.
It's comfortable and warm and a simpler time. You know Jericho's out there looking for you, and that makes you feel better. Because things are hard right now. but you feel safe and secure here.
That changes things. Instead, I'm going to try to sleight of hand it into my own bag.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand.
Cute.
I'm gonna re-roll that because I have 3 inspirations and a 2 is
Okay.
terrible. Yes, 21.
Okay.
Barely
You
passive.
you have snuck the doll to
Creepy
your
ass
inventory. It has no defining features, but whenever you touch it, it brings back a warm memory.
I'm a nostalgia doll.
It's cursed. It's gonna do something bad at some point.
Yeah, well, it's
So
mine
How
now.
much
It doesn't
more-
have like a face.
No, it has no face, it has no fingers. It's like, it almost looks like one of those posture artistic
I
dolls.
was thinking the same thing. Okay.
Me too. We're little posture doll.
Okay, well that's
Uh,
my new coping mechanism. She's gonna keep
No.
looking.
Okay, roll a D100.
But obviously, not Velen can speak.
I was just gonna say, like, how much more stuff is there to go through here? Like,
She's sifting through the cart. It seems like there's a lot in the cart.
I would also like to root around and see if I can
Yeah,
find anything.
go for it. Velen,
Okay.
you can make the next roll. You know, Sao has a
Well, I
historically
don't.
good track record
now
for
that you
treasure.
said that, I'm gonna roll garbage, but sure.
Go ahead and roll a D100.
I'm manifesting good rolls.
39.
Garbage. I don't know what it means.
It's not
I know.
like that. 39, you find... Okay. In the cart, you see there's a barrel with it's missing one of the slats. And you can see that from the outside, it looks like this barrel took a hit, and it damaged the barrel. And when you get near it, you can hear it sounds like a storm coming from far away, but it's only when you're right near the barrel. And when you look inside it, you see there are lots
Ears
of
flat.
there are lots of glass jars, but one of them looks untouched, undamaged, and it appears to have a storm cloud in it, and you see lightning jumping to the bottom of the jar.
Well, that's cool. It's a storm in a jar.
That's very cool.
I could use that for something.
Do you take it out of the barrel?
Hell yeah.
Every movement, the storm gets more and more turbulent and rages, and the lightning seems to scatter in all directions within the jar. The jar itself is the size of a pretty good sized pickle jar. But there's something about this glass that feels more than normal glass. You don't think this jar would break.
Does it smell like a storm?
100%. And when
This is
you have it out in the air, you hear a thunderstorm.
That's
Wait,
so cool. If you want, I can make that into something later.
it might already be something, Artie.
Yeah, no, but it could be other things. Just let me know. I like to do stuff. I want to be useful.
I know. You're very useful.
Okay. Nice. Still
Oh,
eyes on
right,
the sky.
Can you make something for me, Arby?
No,
Okay.
I'm kidding. What do you want?
Right. Well, it might actually be something you don't want to make, but
Will it make your horse go away?
no, it would make him better though.
Ah, fuck. Maybe. We'll talk about it later.
All right.
If you would like to keep searching through the cart, you're getting near the back of it. There's one more roll that can be had out of this cart.
I want to do it.
Yeah, I want to
No, let Frog do it.
All right, Frog, roll a D100.
Okay.
I
Oh,
love Kid Peel.
They're so great.
You ever see the Dungeons and Dragons skit?
40.
Yeah, I ride up in my Ford Escalade and get some bitches.
Cody.
Get some
There-
bitches.
There ain't no bitches.
Okay, hold on. That's interesting.
He burped.
As they are sifting through the cart, it seems as though there isn't anything much more worth anything within it. And Call, you like step up, and there's a clatter on the wooden clapboards within the cart, and you see there is a small silver pin just shining in the sun's light, like gleaming up at you. It is in like a cloak pin,
Yeah, okay.
and it is in the shape of a dragon's head.
Pick it up. This is very clean. She'll stick it on her her little wrap.
Okay.
Rome.
Rolling a perception check.
Ooh, okay.
What color dragon head?
So the dragon itself is silver, but based on the shape of the dragon and its crown of horns and such, you recognize a blue dragon.
Ooh.
With a perception of 9.
Yep.
Call.
I don't know why, but I want to flash a genius this.
All right.
Okay.
So +5.
So a 14. Everything seems a little brighter. Everything in the world around you seems as if someone changed the bulbs from warm to cool lighting.
What the hell?
It's almost as everything has like a blue filter over it. Just a little subtle.
God, you're in fucking Twilight.
Not that blue.
No.
Jesus, tone it back. Not that blue. Holy smokes.
It's not green, so we're not in the ring. Okay. That's strange. She'll take it off again.
It goes back to normal.
Did Velen look at it to see what kind of dragon it was? Was she showing interest?
Yeah, she's curious.
I think this is enchanted, maybe.
Blue vision.
Do you
Put
want
it
me
on
to-
and tell me if the world looks blue.
Okay. I'll do that.
Roll a perception. Nope. You don't notice.
I'm not getting anything.
All right. Weird.
Velen gives it back.
I put it back on. Does it go blue again?
Yeah.
What the hell? All right. We'll jive with this for a while.
Okay.
She's gonna leave it on and see if she sees anything other than a blue filter as
Sure.
she continues.
All of you feel very satisfied as you have rooted through this wagon of what looks like it was likely a trader of some kind.
Do we have 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I have 10 minutes.
Okay, then I'm gonna,
Eyes to the sky, people.
what?
Eyes to the sky.
Right.
Yeah, you do what you do. Just eyes to the sky, everybody else.
Watch. Tess is keeping such watch.
Okay.
Watch.
Yeah, Velen's gonna dance around the demon porn.
Nice.
The gem?
The purple
Yeah,
one, yeah.
Okay.
Sexy ladies on it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, hold on. Let me pull that one up again. Okay, so this amethyst, which glows with a pinkish hue whenever you wear it or touch it, you dance around. It is a fiendish gemstone. It is known as succubite.
Yeah.
What does it do?
It's worth a lot of gold. It doesn't really do anything. It's
Like,
clear
cool.
someone has
Power. That's an excellent power.
someone has carved into it basically demonic women seducing men in an homage to its nature as a fiendish gemstone from the hells.
Sick.
Nice.
So it's just, a really fancy...
It's just a fancy amethyst, really.
It's
fancy
hellish
amethyst
kitsch.
with some... Yeah, it is hellish kitsch. All right, this could bring us some funds into the right pyre. So, to the bag of holding with that.
Alright, I'm gonna put it in my inventory just so we have track of it.
Roll
anything
me
of
a
note?
history about that gem.
Is it magical?
It itself, from the Identify dance, is not like it doesn't have like a magical effect, but it has latent
is
magic within it.
It is
Because
it
I
is
get an
magical.
extra +3 if I'm rolling a history check on something magical, technological.
Sure,
or anything.
roll a history about it.
Okay,
Are we both
so
rolling history about
I don't
it?
care.
So it'll be a 24.
Okay, he's fine. I don't need to roll history. He's gonna roll 24.
With a 24, Artie, you've read that succubite. You've never seen one in person, but it is rumored that a succubite gem is thought to attract the attention of succubus and incubus.
Yeah.
Why would you
this-
want that?
Yeah, this is gonna go in a bag of holding. It could attract the succubis and incubis.
The sucky people.
Yeah, the sucky people. So it's gonna go in a different dimension. Bloop.
Okay, you do that. You put it in the bag of holding, sure.
It would be a. It will bring money from the right buyer, which is
Mhm.
what's important. So
Okay. As you finished sifting through this wagon, hold on. Call. Roll me a D100.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a 21. Barely legal.
As you, Jesus, as you guys, I'm in a mood today.
Yeah,
As
I'm
you guys
sorry.
have been making, like you've left this wagon and resumed your journey towards Shadowstead, and at this point it's been a couple hours, and Call, you suddenly hear a voice that you've never heard before.
Oh, okay.
It's a female voice that just says, "Stay vigilant."
Okay.
That's all it says.
I look around. Do I see anything?
Roll an investigation.
Vigilant. Okay. Oh boy,
As
I'm
if Call is not always already vigilant.
wow, 19.
Very good.
With a 19, you're looking around. You don't see anything in particular, but as you're glancing up towards the treetops, you catch a glimpse of, well, the blue sun Tyrus. Except it doesn't look like the blue sun Tyrus. You see a, well, it's hard to look at because you're literally looking at a sun. But you see there is the silhouette of a circling dragon around the edge of Tyrus.
Oh shit. That's cool as fuck.
Ah. Just staring at the sun, which is probably a little.
Oh,
bit
it hurts
boring.
quickly.
Cal?
Hmm. I heard a voice tell me to be vigilant. And there's a dragon flying around the
Oh,
sun.
shit, Morton, did you get into the liquor? God,
Yeah,
I didn't,
she's-
I didn't
she's
think
gonna
you was that kind of
immediately look at
person.
Seeker.
What? We all just fucking ask? God damn.
I did not steal your liquor.
But
You
you're seeing
sure?
a dragon, and that's what makes you see dragons.
So it's
This
not.
is-
I need this to be clear. You don't like see the fine details of a dragon. You
No,
see the
I just see a
silhouette
shape.
around the circling the edge of Tyrus in the sky.
This is a
Never
safe
mind.
place. You could tell us if you're boozing. It's okay. Me and Tess booze all the time.
She just
so
walks
Seeker.
off.
Oh, okay.
Right, I don't think she actually took it.
Okay.
well,
fuck
she
it.
is wearing the dragon pin.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
There's the dragon pin lets you see it. Okay.
Well,
Everyone's seeing dragons now, I
Tyrus
guess.
are dragons.
No,
Yeah,
she's
she
annoyed because she can't be vigilant because she's got sunspots in her eyes.
Yeah, it's all purple. Like everywhere you look, you just nothing. You can't see anything. You for the next few minutes, you have disadvantage on perception
Yeah.
checks.
Does that pin let you stare at the sun? I was just worried that you were.
Not very well.
Right? I don't. You know what? I don't think I can do that anymore. And then he'll just try to stare at the sun for a second.
You just see
No.
the blue sun Tyrus, it's very bright. It hurts to look
I
at.
mean, Seeker hasn't had to make a con save against the sunlight today, has he?
He's wearing
Oh,
the
that
hood.
he's wearing the hood. However, when you make direct
You
eye
stare
contact with the
directly
sun,
at the sun.
I do
I
require
don't
a
know how
con
much
save.
good can help
The
you.
sun
'Cause-
stares
Ah.
also into you.
Yeah.
Yep. 18.
Funny frog.
Yeah, it's well, your eyes still hurt, but you don't burn radiant damage.
All right. Yeah. No, don't fucking do that again. God. Fuck.
Honey, I made
Triumph like
fun.
looks at you and he says, "What did you think was going to happen?"
Right. I forgot. All right. God. Fuck. Oh.
Guys,
walks-
do you know what? Go ahead.
Call gets an idea and walks up to Triumph and tries to stick the dragon pin on like his coat. This
When he's not
motherfucker.
looking.
No, he can look.
Oh.
What are you
Trying
doing?
to stab him. I'm giving you a present.
This is not how one usually does that.
Right.
How does one
Have you
usually
seen
do
her,
it?
though?
So you stick the pin on Triumph's lapel. He looks down at it and he says, "Oh, okay, thanks."
But his perception is crazy. Does he see the blue?
I see
Does
the
the world
test
look
here.
blue?
He kind of furrows his brow and he says, "Slightly, yes."
Aha! She
Isn't-
walks away again.
With the
Is
pin
it
still
not-
on him?
Yeah.
Isn't Magos blue? Isn't there like a thing with Magos and blue?
Yes,
Maybe that's what it is.
maybe.
Guys?
Do you know the
So-
story of Tyrus and Pyrrhus?
Guys?
Yes, Claudia.
Yes, Claudia.
Did we forget that we have Killian in the bag?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Who?
We're,
Oh,
Ah,
the elf.
fuck, you
We're-
probably
weren't we
s-
going to...
Dead every day, so we can.
Don't
talk
worry,
to-
I put him on the other side, so Barry doesn't have to hang out with him.
I'm just... You know, he might know things, or you wanted to ask what... And also his eyeballs are magic?
I
You
think
want his eyeballs, Claudia?
I don't know.
I think we should perhaps wait
I
on
could pluck
that
them out.
and do.
I don't-
Mm.
He
Let's
doesn't have anything to do with Shadow Step, so
perhaps
probably.
not.
Right.
Perhaps-
And I can.
Can I just like dump him?
No.
No.
I mean,
No,
you
we're
you
going to
can
give him-
certainly try.
We're going
I
to give
mean-
him a good send off, but perhaps not yet. We're so close to Shadowstead. Let's
God,
get
he's
there
been in there
first.
with Barry.
Right,
Let's finish
it'll
this.
be fine.
He probably already ate the eyes.
Barry,
I
yeah,
will-
Barry, come
Ugh.
out. Come hang out on
Yes,
the car.
all right, I'm happy to. Are we going for a ride?
Yeah, I got some berries for you.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, Tess, let me get some berries.
Yeah.
I
already
love how he
told him I had
promised
some.
them without asking Tess.
Yeah, I already told him. Just like two.
Oh.
This is my favorite
Yeah.
part of the day.
Uh-huh.
Just
After the sleeping.
Here you
Uh-huh.
go.
Yeah, I
Here you
know.
go.
Yeah.
Don't eat 3. You're gonna get a stomach ache.
Just two.
You'll sneak me the third, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Stop.
Okay.
You're going to get a stomach ache if you
He'll
give
be
him
fine.
3
He
again.
sleeps well with the
She
belly.
doesn't know.
Already,
Okay.
if you
She
if you
doesn't
give
know my limits.
Okay.
As it's happening, Secret will look down and go, right? Do you eat? Or like, oh,
I can if you want me to. It doesn't really provide me anything.
all right,
I've
so
heard
you
it's
don't-
good for intimidation.
Ha.
All the food falls out of his belly.
No,
Right.
in one of
No,
our
I hate
previous
them.
conquerings, I was
Except that-
instructed to eat the eyes out of a man.
All right, yeah, that's definitely fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Barry does that too. He thinks they're berries. Killian probably doesn't have eyes, guys.
They're magic.
Oh, Barry's magic then now.
Oh.
I haven't. What are you talking about?
Oh, you didn't eat that? Okay, perfect.
I just eat the berries you
Should-
give me.
Yeah,
Should we
okay.
go?
Yep.
Let's fix Shadowstead first.
You guys have been moving this whole time. Like, I'm not assuming
Okay,
you
good.
stopped.
Okay, that's
Great.
good because
Because
if
we would
we
never
stopped
go
for
anywhere.
nonsense, we would never get anywhere.
That much is true, apparently. Okay. Your encounter, you've gleaned what you can from this, and we move on.
Nice. We gonna be able to pay that debt back so quick.
Well, no, because we have to get to a place we can sell this stuff.
Oh,
Also, the
that's
debt
fine.
is, the debt is also enormous.
The debt is quite low.
Like
Just make sure I
3,000.
don't get kidnapped, because
500
I
or something,
have
I think.
everything.
There are many reasons we don't want you to be kidnapped.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I mean, we kind of like having you around.
Thank you, thank you.
As you near Shadowstead, you come down the narrow roads that you remember very well. You traveled on these roads in haste at night last time.
Ran the fuck away.
Roll me perception checks, everybody, please.
Are we by that dragonborn sorcerer's house?
That's
Oh, that
Before.
guy. I think that was before we got
Oh,
there.
okay, that's before Shadowstead. Gotcha.
Oh, almost a nat 20, but not quite.
Oh, I rolled off a 19. 14.
Do I still have disadvantage?
no. That only
Okay.
lasted a few minutes.
Oh, that's still really bad though. 8.
We're doing great. 13, 14, 15.
You guys remember when we made our like one good decision and managed to not engage with that like dragon stealing ring?
Yeah,
After we got out of town.
the one good decision.
This road, you see signs of other travelers, but they're weird. Wagon trails suddenly stop. It's as if the tracks, as if the wagon was lifted up or was just vanished. You see there are these large stone blocks, each one maybe 2 feet by 2 feet. They look like the building blocks of like a brick wall. They're scattered on the road in strange places. Some of them with more than 60 feet between them. From here, you can see there's maybe 8 or 9 of them ahead of you. You can easily navigate the cart around them, but you cannot figure out why they are here. They look like they've been on the road for days. They also look, some of them look like they were places that were very wet, and then they were here. And while it is cold, each one is maybe 2 foot cube.
Big.
Yeah, they're big. Each one's probably weighs about 100 pounds. There's no reason they should be here. There's too many of them and they're too heavy for a cart to reasonably carry them. You don't know why they're here, but they are noticeable.
Any discerning pattern?
No.
To where they're placed? No, just random.
They're randomly. Some of them are on like a corner where it looks like they were dropped and they dug a hole in the ground. Some of them look half submerged but perfectly level. Some of them look like they were just set there, like someone meant to.
Can I stop my horse and see if I can pick one up out of the ground or like off the ground?
Yeah, you can pick one up. They're heavy, but you're very strong. You lift one up. The stone, the surface of it feels rough. It feels like a concrete block or a cement block. The sort of thing you'd expect in a construction for a foundation of a building.
So it just feels like a normal stone block.
Yeah. It's just very weird that it's here.
And we're super close to Shadowstead now, right?
Yeah, you guys are about 30 minutes away from Shadowstead.
Oh, boy.
You're on the road near it, basically.
You think this is shit bleeding through?
I'll blow another divine sense. Why not?
Okay.
See if there's anything around.
1 moment. Let me read Divine Sense again. Roll me a perception check. At advantage because of Divine Sense.
15.
It's almost like a mist, like a swirling fog that is all over the place. It's not dense. It's almost as if like in the early morning on a frosty morning, you'd catch like icy wind up above the grass. It kind of looks like that, except it's divine magic. It's celestial aura. It's all over the place out here.
I relay that to everyone.
It's getting spooky.
Doesn't make
My
sense.
2 cents.
I see.
That doesn't make sense.
Right? What is happening? It's here.
But it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it does. Shit is fucking bleeding through, or probably twisting
from-
up, and it's pulling stuff from other
But
dimensions.
bleeding through where? How? From
I need
what?
a D100.
Who's doing it? Who's doing it?
You do it.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
No, you're
that's
good.
fine.
As long as somebody did.
Cauldron, I need you to roll me a history check.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's a natural 20 for a 28.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Okay. That is interesting.
Mm.
79.
82. 43.
46. Ooh,
Hut,
close.
hike.
Close.
What?
Blue 42. Blue 42.
I was
Why
just trying
do
to mess up
football
his
players say that?
They name their moves.
They're
their
the
maneuvers.
different plays. That they-
Oh, I'd
No,
always thought it
not.
was just gibberish.
No, baby,
It
it's
is. It is
code.
pretty much gibberish in code. It's when you're hiking the ball so that the
Right.
defense doesn't know when you're going to snap it. They have different codes.
Mhm.
Blue 42. Blue 42. But they
Computer
might have
blue.
a different code.
Darling
Yeah.
Picky. Oh my god.
I don't understand sports.
Well, that's okay. Just trust us.
Okay. With that natural 28, Cauldron, you recognize exactly what appears next, and it doesn't make any sense to you that it's here. Suddenly, on the side of the road, as if appearing out of thin air, it looks like a podium or a pedestal. It's made of shale, gray stone, and suddenly it appears and just falls on the ground. As it does, you recognize this pedestal, Cauldron. It is old. And the old engravings upon the front are written in a very old version of Common. It's a sort of thing, it's like Old English to us. It might not immediately make sense to you, but you recognize it as the podium from an old temple of Pyrrhus, god of the sun, the orange sun. As this podium appears and thumps onto the ground, you all notice it's made of the same material as the stone blocks laying about on the road. It is so far out of its timeline, Cauldron. This thing looks 4,000 years old.
Oh, she goes like right up to it. It's like walking around and she's like, how did this get here? This is an ancient altar to Pyrrhus.
I'm going to kind of scope it up and down. Does it look like it's 4,000 years old, or is it just
No, it looks-
serious?
It looks
Like it's been weathered, or no?
No, it looks fine. It looks like someone just made it maybe a year ago.
There's a very confused person in a Temple of Pyrrhus in the past somewhere.
They literally dropped out of a timeline into another place.
This must be 4,000 years old at least.
Is there
It can't
something-
be.
Do you think the cart
There's-
was out
there's
of
no
phase of
weathering.
time as well?
Maybe.
Is
That
there
is
some
because it did not last 4,000 years to get here, Artie. It was taken from its timeline and dropped here
Ah, that would
from
make
one
sense.
river to another.
Is there
It's just that you had the pin, the Tyrrhus pin, and now there's a Pyrrhus temple piece.
This is very strange.
Right. Venture forward.
That's what were you saying?
is there some kind of tear or something that you can look for? Like a
Hmm.
rip in
Can
the
you like
fabric?
call Raekwon?
Ray Sean?
Oh yeah, him.
No.
Oh,
It's Paul's mission, not his.
Exactly.
oh. Are you guys like equals, or is he your superior? Are you his superior?
He's my mentor
Oh, okay.
and minder. He is superior, yes.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Mhm.
So we're not calling this in? You see what I did there?
No.
Okay. No, we're not calling it in, or you didn't get the joke?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. You would think that if, something teleported 4,000 years into the future, it might be a time cop thing, but... And I can walk away.
Yes, that's why I pointed it out.
I thought it would be like evidence or something. You'd want to bag it and tag it,
Evidence of what? A Temple Superius existing in the past?
I don't know, Call. I'm done.
Maybe evidence of weird shit happening, but we knew that.
Definitely that.
Yes,
But
exactly. I don't need to
But-
search for temporal disturbances because here's the proof.
I'm.
is
You're
this?
right.
This
But
is.
is this displaced only in time? Is there a way to know?
I'm not going to lie. This is the first time in a long time something has made me nervous.
Yes, perhaps this is the site of an ancient temple.
I guess I would. There's no real way to know.
This shit wasn't here when we
Well,
were here like 2 weeks ago.
No, but something could have been here 4,000 years ago. We would never know.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Ana was probably also here 4,000 years ago. And it was originally a temple to Ana.
so
Well,
if this can happen, perhaps some bit of divine magic from before the gods abandoned the world was used. Was brought forth from a timeline and used. In
But
Shadowstead?
what could do that? And not
One
be in
way to
trouble
find
with
out.
Aegir.
I don't know.
well, they could be in trouble with Aegir, but maybe that hasn't happened yet.
Exactly.
Maybe we're the finding out of that.
Maybe I am the
something.
trouble.
Maybe. I don't understand how it works, but there's more
Just-
than one divine mission happening right now.
What?
There's more than one divine mission happening right now.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. statement.
Whose? Aside from.
Mine?
We have Call, we have yours, we have Ellen's.
Mm.
I would like to think I'm on a divine mission, finding myself, but,
Okay.
Alright. Triumph just.
Jimena would,
like
Jimena would
accepts
approve
that.
of that.
anytime I want Triumph to stop talking, Artie just talks.
Poor Triumph.
Or
Getting
try.
bullied.
Okay, so I guess deeper in. I mean, I don't know what else to
it
do here.
means. Yeah.
Me neither.
No, we need to get into the town.
Yes. We already knew there was strange magics about.
So,
Probably
as
want
you.
to take an imprint. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
An imprint of.
Like a
My-
graveyard
my-
rubbing? Like the
No,
charcoal rubbing?
I mean,
He's gonna take his
I was gonna
screenshot.
say a picture, but those pictures don't exist.
What?
Watch, look, and
I don't know.
I take a piece of paper and I do the magical tinkering to put the image of that on there. Here's evidence for Rayshawn. I give you the picture.
Thank you, Artie.
Just,
One day I want to photobomb one of those. See clicks.
You're gonna invent the photobomb.
Yep.
Yes.
Though, I mean, on a photobomb of Claudia would be her being like, sorry. Like, as she's getting out of it.
a word bubble. Sorry.
Like cringing, like, no.
The hand over the face thing,
I instantly regret
Yes.
this.
Don't look at me.
Mhm.
Okay, you make your way into Shadowstead.
Guys, we didn't talk about a plan.
We don't have
Nope,
one.
we're just going.
We don't really. I mean,
Why do we suck around Shadowstead?
We're
What would
Rambo
we?
in this
What
shit.
possible plan could we have? We don't.
That's a
have,
fair point. You have a fair point.
Yeah, we don't really
have
know
that-
any.
But we didn't even
information.
talk about not having a plan.
Perfect.
We asked. We
It's fine,
spent
we
like
go in sword swinging.
we spent like half an hour figuring out what questions to ask for that commune. I think we've been planning this whole time.
I guess. Okay. All right. I give it to you.
Why'd you go all southern there?
I'll give it to you.
She's
May-
been
maybe
playing a
I'm
lot of
Southern, you
Syrian
don't know.
front, I
That's
guess.
also true.
You're not
Because
southern.
parts of Pennsylvania
you,
think
Joe.
that they're
It's
southern.
Pennsylvania.
They think they're southern though.
You can't just
The
ask
sheer
people
abundance
why they're
of
southern.
Confederate flags where I grew up.
I mean,
What?
everybody
In
in America
Pennsylvania?
Yes,
Southern compared to
wasn't
Canada.
even part of the Confederacy.
What?
We had a kid.
Let's move on.
Sidebar: we had a kid in high school who drove a pickup truck with a Confederate flag off the back, and everyone called him Confetti.
Nice.
Sorry.
Oh, I remember this
Ooh,
town.
here we go.
Yeah,
Oh shit! Remember when we had this whole place go kaboom?
I do.
Yeah.
We've been talking
There's
about
the
that.
shoe store down here.
Shoe store. This is nice.
I think this is
Oh.
the market where
It
Artie bought onions for the first
Yeah,
time.
we're already figured out what onions were. Memories.
Memories.
I'm really pleased you have such fond memories of this town.
Place that we
Um,
blew up.
As you make your way down the main road into Shadowstead, there's no movement. You don't see any, like, business like you saw last time. There's no carts making their way up into the farmlands. There's no pedestrians going about their business between buildings. It's also clear the roads, snow has fallen and has stayed there. And the snow has turned to ice. No one has done anything to deal with them. But you do see on the front of this market building, there is an individual basically standing there leaning on the banister, looking straight ahead. He doesn't turn to look at you at all.
Like, even though we're visible in eye shot.
Yep, doesn't turn and look at you at all.
Real quick, Reverie, are we just gonna walk down the main street like we fucking own this bitch, or are we gonna try to sneak around?
Well, my first impression was to react to things as we found them, depending on how they reacted to us, and so far it seems as though they don't. So
Throw a copper piece in the general direction of that man.
You see his eyes look at the copper piece, and then it lands on the ground. He looks down at it, shrugs, and keeps, like, just looks back up where he was looking before.
Doesn't even acknowledge the fact that I threw it.
Try gold.
Huh.
Right. Cool.
Try
I
and
pull a
go.
piece. I pull a piece of the blackened metal that I feed Joffrey, and I just nail him in the leg with it.
You throw it at him.
What?
Okay, make a
Yeah,
ranged
that's
attack.
That's not what I meant. That's rude. What if this is the guy that's gonna give us info?
Should I just use javelin? Like,
You're throwing a
Yeah.
chunk of metal. So,
Yeah.
yeah, roll javelin for the attack. The damage is 1d4 plus your strength.
25.
Yeah, you hit.
And then a D4 plus my strength.
Imagine this guy's like, ow, what the fuck?
Like max
As
damage.
this
Boy.
okay, 9 damage. You hit him with this ingot, and he, like, just slumps over. You killed him.
Shit.
He has 4. A commoner has 4 HP.
I didn't fucking know what it would do.
Why did you just kill that man?
I did say we react.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But you
Right,
ended
that
his
was a
femoral
complete
artery.
accident.
Tess
Jeez.
is like.
Okay, that's not-
Suddenly,
An accident to randomly murder someone.
okay,
Really
everybody,
hard.
calm down, calm down. Suddenly, the individual stands back up, except his head is turned, like, a little bit too much to the right, and he's looking over at you, and he looks angry.
Right?
He just, like, sets his hands back on the banister, and is now just staring at you.
Right? See, we learned something.
Terrifying.
Yeah, we learned that we're traveling with a fucking murder gremlin.
But I didn't know it was
I
gonna
look-
fucking kill
I
him.
look at
Like,
Reverie. Do you see why this happened last time we were here?
I'm beginning
Right.
to understand.
That
Paulton
was
gives Seeker
no.
like a really sympathetic look because she got accused when she threw the gold. She's like, I understand.
right. Like, fuck. I didn't. And he, like, I walk
All
back
of-
and forth.
All of you watch as this individual like turns a little too sharply, and his head doesn't quite turn like to face you. It's like it can't. It looks like his neck is injured, and he begins to walk down the front steps. I need to know the marching order right now.
I am
I'm in-
clearly in front of everybody.
Okay, so
because I
Seeker,
just
you're in
threw
front.
this
You
at him.
threw the ingot at him. Who's
I'm
behind
right
Seeker?
behind Seeker.
Okay,
I
I'm
was
in front of
driving the
Gotcha.
cart.
you're not on the
Okay.
cart at this point.
Yeah, we
Oh.
were walking.
Oh, right. I'm silly. I would be maybe here.
I'm behind Katja.
You said
No,
in front of.
I'm in front of her now. Yeah, I don't want to be in the back.
Okay. This is a little clustered. I'm going to say Triumph is in the back.
All right, I'll go there.
Yeah, Shorty, get back there.
Crunch is
Damn.
here,
Powering
My
over
short,
Tess.
my short
Oh.
king.
and Reverie is next to him.
Nice. I feel so safe right now.
Seeker, this individual steps up to you, like head not quite facing you, but eyes are looking straight at you. It's a little unsettling.
Right, I didn't mean to hit you with. I mean, I meant to hit you. I just didn't mean to. Is that hard? I'm sorry.
As it gets closer to you, Seeker, there's this building sound in the back of your mind that definitely was not there before. It sounds like a cacophony of shrieking, of so many different voices are shrieking and howling incredibly loud, but so far away. And as this person gets closer to you, it gets louder and louder until you almost can't hear yourself saying what you're saying to him. And then the individual lurches forward and he's going to bite you.
Oh.
Uh,
Is this the same marketplace where Claudia gave the old guy the flyer?
It is.
Is this the same guy?
No, it's somebody completely different.
Okay.
This person looks much younger, has like black hair that's pretty long, pulled into a ponytail, except as it lurches forward and bites you, you see the mouth of the man opens way too far, and a blue alien head emerges as it reaches out to bite you.
Like
Right,
a.
I fucking told you.
What are those things called in that movie? Alien?
Like an
Yep.
alien.
Alien. Yeah, the little mouth.
Xenomorph is what you're looking for.
Xenomorphs.
Okay. This bite catches you completely by surprise, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Shit.
Whoa.
That's
Okay.
what you get for wanton murder.
25.
Okay, it is successful. You are not confused, but you do take 15 points of piercing damage.
Holy
Ow.
shit.
As it bites you, you see that his hands are like trying to move to claw at you, but they're not moving far enough until talons cut through the flesh and these blue arms are slashing at you, Seeker. How do you react?
Fuck. Raise comes out and I'm
Screaming.
stabbing this bitch.
Make an attack. You've already done 9 damage.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. You should have
Called her kind of
Ah,
moved. She's like,
well,
Aww.
A nat
I'm
one,
also
n-
unsettled by this weird thing.
a natural one cannot hit, but you have a second attack.
at that I do. We go again. That's a 21.
You hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And give me a charisma saving.
Why?
I'm sure he's so good at
Because
it.
he's set on fire if he fails.
Oh, he dies.
If he's
Oh,
not
yeah.
charismatic enough,
You slash into him, and you
Not hot
watch
enough to
as
die.
Braze cuts into the person. The flesh like peels away like the layers of an onion that you cut into. But then the blade bites into the actual entity underneath this guise. And
what is it?
you see this bizarre monster slump
The layers.
onto the
Oh,
ground.
fuck, I hate that.
Ew.
Like a bloomin' onion. Oh, he looks happy.
He's dead as shit.
Oh,
You
What is this
basically cleave him in twain. Now that you've laid eyes on it, Cauldron, roll me history.
Okay.
Right? Fuck that thing and fuck this goddamn place.
As
I'm
soon
gonna give myself guidance.
as soon as it is killed, the shrieking is gone. But it
Right.
sounds as if it's echoing off the trees around you. And as it does,
25.
Seeker, you hear other shrieks begin to rise up in the distance.
No.
Cauldron with a 25. Now that you've laid eyes on it, you know what that is. It is a star spawn, which is a monster, an aberration from the far realm.
Huh?
Uh, It should not be on the prime material.
What is this doing here?
Do they
Honestly,
normally wear skins of people?
They can. Typically, they are eldritch monsters that are created or summoned by other old, like elder horrors,
Aberrations.
other
Yeah.
aberrations. Yeah.
Like
Is this
minions.
thing- Okay, Tess is really freaked out by this. Is this thing even a little bit akin to a changeling?
No, not at all.
No. No,
It wore the flesh of that person. It did not change
Okay.
into them.
like a coat.
Okay, that makes me feel
No.
weirdly better.
This is from the far realm. This is a star spawn.
I think
Usually
more are
they're-
coming.
It's a pretty
Yes.
name, very
Yeah.
unpretty thing.
Maybe we should hide.
Do they
No,
have any
no.
weaknesses?
Seeker, throw another
Mhm.
rock at him.
You know they're
Uh,
immune to psychic damage. Cauldron,
They
you know
seem
they
pretty weak to flaming swords, she says.
turns out. You know they have dark vision, you know they have limited telepathy, and you know that they can speak deep speech.
They are immune to mental damage. That's what I know.
All
you
right. If we're going to hide, we should hide. And I'll cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody.
Okay, as all of you are ducking into cover to try and hide, there's still no sign of movement anywhere in the town.
The hell? This is so creepy, Echo. Good job.
Yeah, this is a very horror movie. I like it a lot.
Well, as you all dive into cover to hide in Shadowstead, this is where we're going to stop tonight's session. This is what we're going to be playing next time. So,
Hell yeah.
No stealth rolls.
we can roll them. You can roll them now if you'd like to.
Okay.
Why do you have advantage on stealth, Seeker?
This
I'm
is my
gonna give-
halberd.
Oh, you're
yeah,
also fucking fast now. I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll give,
he's a dex vampire.
Does anyone need Blessing of the Trickster?
God. No.
I
I got a
mean-
33.
I got a
I-
25.
I got a 20 with the plus 10.
So, actually, I would say probably Artie could use it.
Oh, actually, no. I keep forgetting. I actually can't do Pass Without a Trace and Blessing of the Trickster. Both are concentration. So I'm
Okay.
Well, there we go.
out of place.
Yeah.
26 for.
Okay.
Does Reverie beat Seeker? I want to know.
Soundly.
Not even close.
Don't
Okay.
have proficiency in it.
Baby Speedy Vampire needs to catch up to less Baby Speedy Vampire.
Been a fucking vampire longer than me. Fuck off.
Yeah, for a year and a half.
Okay,
Only a
all
year
right,
and a
all
half,
right,
then.
okay, you fucking yokels. We're getting to the end of the session. We have our stealth rolls. As we get to the end of it, before anything else, we gotta go for our player votes for inspiration. There's a lot of RP this session. There's a lot of stuff that happened this session. And now that we're finally in Shadowstead, shit's gonna get weird. So, we're gonna start at the bottom this time. Simic.
Oh, yay. I finally get to be the first. I gotta give it to the Cauldron for goosing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, big ups.
That's the first time I've seen that happen in a campaign. Well done. That's a first for me.
I'm glad
It
I could provide.
Yep.
It was really funny.
Next, Sal.
Well, yeah, I'm also gonna give it to Cauldron for just laughing her ass off with the when she rolled the 1 on stealth, just embracing it and still laughing because seriously, it was funny. I thought that was great.
That was funny. Thank you.
What the hell? Okay, next. I can spell Cauldron.
Mm,
Not like it has a weird
Don't
apostrophe
bother.
in it. Emily.
it's a good thing.
I will have you know, Frog, that I was going to give it to you for exactly the same reason and just in favor of spreading the good moments around. Because holy shit, like my favorite moment was probably you laughing at the natural 1 and just going with it. That was great. But I have to give thank you, Simic, for being such a good sport in your conversation with Tess, and thank you especially for letting Tess ridiculously name your terrifying horse Jelly. I am
Boy.
delighted. I
So
am
cute.
Okay.
Uh,
Pen.
I'm gonna give my vote to Cauldron. I loved the goosening, but the one moment that really stuck with me was when Arnie and Cauldron were talking about the wanted poster and the party favor.
Aw.
And Cauldron said that she preferred Claudia's rendition, which was very sweet. But the moment that really sealed it for me was when Artie said, "You're a nice person," and she said, "No." She wasn't being nice. She was telling the truth, like her truth, I guess, which I respect.
Okay. Hellfrog.
I am going to vote for Tessellation Turnbuckle because
Oh.
I like that she threw her foot down and insisted that she be able to give poor fucking Randolph Hearst or whatever his name was, Rupert.
Walker.
Listen, I'm being very respectful of him right now.
I can tell.
I really liked that
Poor fucking
she
guy.
took that moment and like tried to safeguard his soul, and it was sweet, and she stuck to her guns, and I liked it.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Last but not least, Dooch.
I'm going to honorable mention Frog on this because she crushed the session. And she was on one tonight. But I'm giving it to Tess as well. Specifically for the conversation that she had with Seeker. Because the way I kind of took it as, like, Tess is expected to be caring of everybody, right? But then it almost sounded like some shit I've heard at AA meetings.
Yeah.
Because she
Yeah.
just wanted to so she was like using all of the logical
Yes.
things, like, oh, don't worry, Velen, you've given her enough. Claudia, she has trauma.
And it's
Artie
like, it'll be
might get
easier for you to
addicted,
get drunk if I'm already
but
drunk on your
I can
blood.
be
Yeah.
drunk and you can just drink my blood. It was super smooth and in
Yeah, that was some
character.
fiend shit,
That
man.
was some that was some shit you hear in a AA meeting.
Well, that was some rationalization par
Yep.
excellence.
Hey, that was exactly the inspiration. Was a.
Uh-huh. I've
Well
said
done.
shit like that before.
It was good.
All right. With that, we have our votes. Cauldron, Hellfrog, you've earned the player's vote for inspiration. Well done. I had a lot of fun this session. I'm looking forward to next session. It's going to get crazy. I hope you all had a good time.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
To those of you who are watching at home or at work, hi Pen and Emily
Hi,
and
Emily.
and
And
Emily.
Annabelle.
We love you all, and I wish you all a good night.
Goodbye.